and vacant European title. We've got two fights for you tonight from there. Adam Smith and Spencer Oliver are there, and they'll be talking us through every fist thrown for our commentary, and myself and Duke will duke it out in the studio. And of course, we'll also dive into all the fallout from this week's press conferences between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank, from Egggate to the diabolical numbers demanded and that £1 million bet between Eddie, or is it Eggy Hearn, and Ben Shalom. His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh has announced that the Ring magazine's Fatal Fury card will take place in the city that never sleeps, but not just anywhere in New York. This event will be held right in the heart of Times Square, featuring fighters such as Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez on the card. What a triumvirate there in Times Square. Speaking on the Ring magazine, they've also released their latest pound-for-pound and heavyweight divisional rankings. Duke and I will take a deep dive into that list and see if we agree or disagree with their rankings. I'm on the rankings panel, so I do agree, but we will disagree. All that and so much more on Fight Night.
And now the end could come here, right here in the third, because Garner's going to big shot, maybe, big shot, maybe. It's all over. It's Garner gets a brilliant win.
Ryan the Piranha Garner. Undefeated Salvador Jimenez.
Just steps in with a lovely crisp into it. Crisp one is down again, and there was an absolute blitzkrieg assault there from Edmonson.
Two just landed there from Keawa. Terrific little right uppercut. Terrific little right left uppercut. And then a left uppercut goes on.
Yes, it's a big night. We're here with you until midnight. We've got that fight, Ryan Garner against Salvador Jimenez, the undefeated Spaniard, 12-3s, WBC International and vacant European title. We've also got Lewis Edmonson against Olu Keawa, 12-3s to the Commonwealth light heavyweight title. Spencer and Adam will be giving us that blow by blow. But first of all, let me introduce in tonight Mr. Duke McKenzie, who's having slight technical problems with this. He came in with a man bag, a Belgian man bag today, strapped over his shoulder. He looks brilliant. He always looks like a Hollywood star. He should have been a Hollywood star, not a three-weight world champion. You've had your chocolates, you've had your Mars bar.
I've just had a bit of cake, actually.
You had a bit of cake as well, so you won't be flagging later. Look, I've got to ask you first of all, we were out there last weekend in Riyadh, the team. The boys were out there, and obviously I joined them later in the week. Did you watch last week's Last Crescendo, and what did you make of it, Duke?
I did watch last week's Last Crescendo. I watched it with my brother.
Clinton?
With Clinton, sure. It was unbelievable. It was, you know what?
Highlight of the night for you?
Bivol, Better BF. That was just an unbelievable fight, throwback fight. It really reminded of fights of the 70s and the 80s. In that particular weight division, the light heavyweight division was the weight division back in the day. You know, it really was. You had fighters like Matthew Saad Mohammed, Wacky Lopez, you know, Dwight Braxton. All these guys going to town on one another, and watching those two go to work last weekend brought me right back to that period of time in my life. It was such an exciting fight.
Fantastic. Well, look, we've got a live watch along right now over on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. I'm going to bring it. We're going to chat Chris Eubank and Conor Benn. We're going to chat the divisional rankings. I can hear events going at the BIC Centre. I'm missing my dip in the sea with Mark and Harry Redknapp this morning in Bournemouth. Let's go over to the boys, Spencer and Adam, at the BIC Centre. Gents, I can hear the noise. It's a great atmosphere. How are you guys doing over there tonight? What have we seen so far?
Yeah, thanks, Gareth. It's a phenomenal atmosphere here as Louis Edmondson enters the ring right now, stepping up on those ropes to defend one of his major titles. Quality amateur, of course, undefeated, and in with Oluwatosin Keawa from Nigeria, but now based in the West Country here. It's a really interesting fight, and we've seen some good performances so far tonight, haven't we, from Charles Frankham and Carol Itauma. We had Luke McCormack as well, just coming through a six-rounder, so it's nicely set, Spencer.
Yeah, it certainly is. The atmosphere has been building nicely as this evening is going on, and now we've got the two Southampton boys going back-to-back at the chief support, and obviously the top of the bill, and the Southampton fans are here in their legions. It's absolutely packed. People are up, standing, dancing. We remember the Chris Billham-Smith days here in the big centre, and we've got that similar sort of atmosphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our co-main event. It is a battle of the undefeated 12 rounds scheduled for the Commonwealth Light Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, and Unibet. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Steward in Charge Charles Giles, along with the Commonwealth Boxing Council, Supervisor Debbie Down, Timekeeper John Smith. Our three judges assigned, all from England, will be Lee Every, Kieran McCann, and Terry O'Connor. Our referee in charge will be Mark Bates of England. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing black trunks, trimmed with green and white, and weighed in officially at 12 stone 4 pounds. A native of Lagos, Nigeria, he is now fighting out of Bristol, England, and is undefeated with 11 wins, 5 of those 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Oluwatosin Keawa. His opponent across the ring in this co-main event, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with silver and weighed in officially at 12 stone 6 pounds. Hailing from Southampton, Hampshire, England, he is undefeated with 10 wins. 3 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current British champion, and tonight, the reigning and defending Commonwealth champion, Louis the Saint Edmonson.
Okay, gentlemen, you both had your instructions in the dressing room, so you know what to expect. Get your punches up, obey my commands, and protect yourselves at all times. Keep this one clean, lads. Touch gloves.
First of 2 battles of the undefeated gladiators, live from Bournemouth tonight. Now this seaside venture, well, it's absolutely red hot in here. Beautiful sunshine on the south coast as we enter spring, and Louis the Saint Edmonson defending his Commonwealth crown against Oluwatosin Keawa. Very interesting character from Nigeria, now based with Tony Borg in Bristol. There's 21 fights between them and 21 victories. It's really excellent to see this clash.
Yeah, brilliant little contest we've got in our hands here. Edmondson's been full of confidence all week. Saw him at the weigh-in yesterday, laughing, smiling. But Keawa, he really fancies this. He sees this as a huge opportunity to capture this Commonwealth Light Heavyweight title.
Edmondson already switch hitting, and his lead southpaw foot just traps on Keawa, but he's back to orthodox, trying to get hold of centre ring here, Edmondson. But Keawa's tricky and he's awkward. He's got 5 knockouts on his record as Edmonson goes back to southpaw, trying to confuse and befuddle Keawa early on.
Yep, that's exactly what Louis Edmonson does. We saw that when he won against Dan Aziz last time out. Switch hitting.
Nice right hand from Edmonson, and that registered on the chin of Keawa. And he's going to work early here in the fight. He feels that he's hurt Tosin Keawa, and he might just have done slightly.
Yep, I think he did there. Keawa definitely felt that, and the right hand goes in again there. Great start to the contest, this from Edmonson.
3, 4 right hands and a left hook to the body as well from Lewis Edmonson. It's a very fast start for the 29-year-old from Southampton, who's desperate to put on a show. Ezra Taylor, his arch rival, watching on at ringside and smirking and smiling. But Edmonson going to work here, Spencer.
Yeah, brilliant start this from Louis Edmonson. Landing the left hooks, right hands are going through as well. Listen to the crowd here. Sold an incredible amount of tickets, and they've come to see this. What a start here from Edmonson.
Great combinations from Edmonson to head and to body, as the huge bank of fans here in this atmospheric Bournemouth International Centre give him all the support in the world, right round the back of the head, and he's wobbled there. Mark Bates is going to have a word with the referee, because that wasn't the back of the head.
Yep, he just spun round there. I think Edmonson was delivering the shot anyway. He's now getting a telling off. But Keawa, I'm going to tell you, is walking like his legs are bits of spaghetti.
Yeah, he was dazed from that first right hand, Keawa, and he looks pretty vulnerable here. The Commonwealth challenger as the British champion and the Commonwealth holder, Louis Edmonson, is looking razor sharp in this first round.
Yeah, really planting his feet here, Edmonson, as he stalks forward again. Left hand held low, trying to draw Keawa in here. Keawa comes back with a good shot of his own. He needed that, but it's all Edmonson here in the opening round.
It's a massive first 3 minutes for Louis Edmonson here on the South Coast.
Yeah, brilliant work there from Louis Edmonson, really dominated from the opening bell, sitting down on his shots and really driving those right hands in. He was getting success to the body and the head. Once he started landing those right hands, he was following through with the left hooks as well. 3/4 of the way through that round, Keawa just seems to lose his balance, spin round. Edmonson's hit him, which seemed to be in the back of his head. His legs went. The referee gave Edmonson a warning, but he didn't really recover from that shot, and he went back to that corner and looked still very much on unsteady legs here, Adam.
Plenty of famous faces around the arena. Chris Billam-Smith, who's lit up Bournemouth plenty of times. He's here tonight. Ezra Taylor, as we said, Tunde Ajayi, the manager, trainer, mentor of Anthony Yard, of course, watching with interest because it's in this 12-stone-7 division, and it's Louis Edmonson in round 2 here with a fantastic opener when he hurt Oluwatosin Keawa, who is undefeated and desperate to get his hands on this crown, the 23-year-old based in Bristol.
Yeah, it sees it as a huge opportunity, but Edmonson is on fire here this evening. He's taking the centre of the ring again, just feinted the left hook there and looking for that right hand through the middle, the one that he's had success with in the opening round. Left hook goes in again. Keawa just misses wildly with a couple of shots. Edmonson now boxing on the back foot, switch hitting.
Lovely reach from Edmonson, who was so good against Dan Aziz. It was his coming out party, really. But this is the homecoming, about 30 miles or so from Southampton, the nearest arena of this side. And the Southampton former players are here. Ivan Juric, the manager, sitting straight opposite us. Incredible to see.
Yeah, absolutely is. Let's say we've got a couple of Southampton boys on here. And that one, Ryan Garner, who we're going to see after this contest, sold 1,500 tickets here today. So the atmosphere, electric now, and later on could be better, Adam.
Good jab that from Keawa, who's trying to settle himself down after a shaky, torrid first round. But That right hand is just getting through his guard time and again.
Yep, that right hand straight through. 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock, and it's another dominant round this from Louis Edmondson, who's found his range and was really sitting down on those punches tonight, and the crowd again getting behind their man.
Yeah, crowd on their feet already, and it's only the hors d'oeuvre really before the main event, and Louis Edmondson is boxing with authority, poise, precision, and he looks very, very good so far.
Yep, Keawa trying to push forward here, trying to do something. He needs to let his hands go a little bit, Keawa. He's keeping them nice and high, just falls short of a jab.
Yeah, he's out of range here, Keawa, trying to inch his way forward, but it's the switch hitting from Edmondson which is impressive, and these bursts of quick-fire combinations as he gets his jab going right to the body, and he looks absolutely spot on tonight, Edmondson.
Yeah, punch perfect so far, just misses narrowly with the right hand there. Keawa keeping his hands held high, but slowly growing in confidence, you just feel, has he just recovered from that first round, which was a shocker for him.
Last few seconds of the second. Edmondson wins another 10-9. Blue corner.
Looking good. Breathe for me. Feeling good? Yeah. Razor sharp. Just looking for that wild hook, isn't he? Yeah. Good finishes on everything for me, yeah? Rocking as well, mate. Take your time, be patient. Got 12 rounds in there, mate. Yeah. Lovely.
Louis Edmondson's corner there, and the words were razor sharp, which is what we've been saying over the first 6 minutes.
Yep, that's exactly right, and good advice in the corner there as I'm looking over. Louis Edmondson sitting in that corner with a towel over his head and a smile on his face. He's in a happy place right now, Edmondson, controlling this one for the first 2 rounds.
Meanwhile, in the red corner, Tony Borg just trying to gee up his man, Oliver Telsin. Keawa, who turned pro back in 2021. He had time in Lagos, Nigeria, but he's settled in the UK, and this is the first real test. Started well here in the third, and decent defence. He's got his hands up, and he's starting to get into his groove.
Yeah, Edmondson just slammed that left hook in there as well. You heard that slap off Keawa there as it hit his glove, but Edmondson looking really, really sharp as he now circles around the perimeter of the ring, switching from orthodox to southpaw, hands held low, just oozing in confidence at the moment.
Keawa just pouring with his jab, trying to really find success to the body as well, but Edmondson clever, utilising the ring, the space, the judgment at the moment, and the defence too of Edmondson there as Keawa tries to crack a couple of left hands through has been good.
Yeah, Keawa just falling short at the moment, needs to step in with them shots. As I say that, Louis Edmondson comes with a double jab right hand that gets the crowd going again. Edmondson, hands held high, holding the centre of the ring. Keawa looking for an opening, but not finding anything yet.
Yeah, just short with the jab again, and he needed to get his gloves up there because Edmondson just poking through with those right hands, and he's got the reach advantage, and he looks a bigger fighter in there too.
Yep, Edmondson landing with that right hand again through the middle as we approach 1 minute 20 seconds of this third round. It's been all Louis Edmondson. Keawa, he needs to do something here. He needs to start letting his hands go because he's stalking forward, hands held high, but just not doing enough at the moment. And Edmondson dominating the pace as he now clowns around with him, feints a little right hand, and he's in a really good space at the moment, Edmondson.
He certainly is, looks relaxed and enjoying himself, and the crowd are glued to this from all around this Bournemouth International Centre. You're listening live on talkSPORT tonight, and we've got a huge main event coming up after this for the European super-featherweight title. It's a double whammy tonight, and the action just heating up here in the third round between the pair of them.
Yeah, we've seen some memorable nights here in the big centre, Big Arena in Bournemouth. Chris Billum-Smith winning European titles down here. The crowd love their boxing, and boy, have they turned out tonight.
They do. Bournemouth's become a hotbed. Southampton just growing as well, with the fighters coming out. Not a traditional boxing city, but in recent times they are together and they're doing well. And Louis Edmondson, the British champion, defending his Commonwealth title at the moment. Let's find out how Duke McKenzie is seeing it back in the studio. Hi, Duke.
Hi, Adam. Hi, mate. How you doing? Okay. Yeah, listen, it's pretty one-sided at the moment, isn't it? You know, Edmondson's just doing pretty much what he wants. You know, he's switching from left to right. He's also measuring Keawa with that right hand when he switches to the orthodox stance. You know, Keawa, for his part, he needs to up his work rate, because he's just standing up. He's standing up too tall. He's got his hands up. He's not. Listen, nothing's catching him too flush, but he's not letting his hands go. So he needs to really up his game. He's 3 rounds down.
The voice of the wonderful former 3-weight world champion, Duke McKenzie. Great to hear him, because he's absolutely right there, Spencer. Louis Edmondson in total control, and he wants to see more, Duke, of Keawa, and so does Tony Borg, his trainer.
Absolutely. Listen, Duke McKenzie's not just a great fighter, but he's a great pundit as well, and reads this fight so well, and he's right in what he says. Keawa, yeah, that's okay. He's well behind him with these 3 rounds, but he needs to do so. He needs to start letting those hands go. We need to see a little ambition from him, because at the moment, Louis Edmondson winning every round.
Well, it is a major ask for Keawa in levels. Edmondson, brilliant former amateur, won 52 of 60 fights and undefeated in 10 as a pro, and he just backs himself up onto the ropes as if to toy with Keawa, who misses again with a wild left hook, just cannot find his rhythm.
Yep, shot selection here from Louis Edmondson's great, switching downstairs and upstairs, and as you say, Adam, Keawa missing wildly. Slow laboured left hook he threw there. Is Edmondson just starting to get in? He's chipping away here, working very well with that right hand. Is it starting to take effect?
3 knockouts on the record of Edmondson, so not a big puncher, but he could certainly hit with some authority, and he wants these huge fights in this terrific light heavyweight division. We saw the very best a week ago with Bivol and Beterbiev. It was unbelievable, that. But this whole division is on fire. talkSPORT coming to you from Riyadh, from Bournemouth. We're all over the place, Spencer.
Yeah, we absolutely are, and Louis Edmondson is a big character. He's going to fit in well in this, like you say, really lit light heavyweight division. Not just, you know, not just nationally, but globally here. And Edmondson, a big figure, a big character.
Tundi Ajayi watching on closely from the front row. Anthony Yard back against Lyndon Arthur on the huge card at Tottenham Hotspur. We've had a lot of fun with Ben and Eubank this week, but it's fight action tonight for you.
Yep. And we are here, Louis Edmondson winning this one, dominating this one as we approach 45 seconds of this 4th round. Edmondson again just controlling things, holding centre of the ring. Not a lot coming back from Keawa. Did we just see his knees dip a little bit there as that right hand landed?
He had trouble with the right hands in the 1st round. Sweat pouring down the back of Keawa. He's working hard under these hot lights here in Bournemouth, but he just cannot get around at the moment off this dominant Louis Edmondson, who's growing in confidence with every second that ticks by.
Yep, slowly but surely stealing the soul here of Keawa, with the constant jabs that are slamming in his face. Right hands going in as well, whipping the right hands around the side. As I say that, Louis Edmondson just trying to step on the front foot there. Cheeky little move there from Edmondson.
Yeah, cheeky, but he's been very effective.
Yeah, another great round there from Louis Edmondson. Pretty much the way The first 3 went, he was dominant, he won the round, he was doing pretty much as he pleased, standing in front of him, trying to be creative, trying to set traps, trying to set openings, and there was a couple of times there, I'm looking at Keawa and thinking, is he starting to go a little bit here? I know he's losing heart ever so slightly. Tony Ball's going to have to do a great corner job there to get him up, get him motivated, because slowly but surely he's falling in behind on points, and it's going to take a lot of turning around this one, Adam.
It certainly is. They've almost got Keawa by the throat in that corner, really trying to summon something up. This is his big opportunity, his real chance. He's come a long way from Nigeria to settle in Bristol. Tony Ball, a superb trainer. He guided Lee Selby to world titles and beyond as Keawa comes out of this red corner, and he's got a huge amount of work to do as the rounds are ticking by. You're listening to talkSPORT into the 5th here. Commonwealth light heavyweight belt on the line, and Keawa looking a little lost in there, but he's got to apply pressure, and he's got to start backing Edmonson up.
Yeah, Edmonson on this form so far looks like he'll be keeping that Commonwealth title, that's for sure. He's boxing punch perfect at the moment. Again, just steps on Keawa's front foot there, being a little cheeky. He's having fun in there. Tells you just how much confidence he's got as Keawa again just walking forward but not really letting his hands go. A little too one-paced and one-dimensional at the moment.
Did you see Spencer Edmonson last night after the weigh-in? He had his shades on and he was having real verbals with Ezra Taylor, who is watching, almost stalking him from ringside. That's a rivalry that's building, Nottingham and Southampton.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fight that we want to see. It's a mouth-watering contest. Ezra Taylor was a great amateur, done nothing wrong as a pro so far either. And it's going to be a great contest when that one, if that one, ever happens. But he's got to do a job here first. Louis Edmondson against Keawa, who's the tough guy.
Keawa undefeated, remember, and undeterred. He survived the right hands in the first round, but he just doesn't seem to be able to get a foothold in as Edmondson prowls around the ring. He's just utilised every inch of the canvas so far to his advantage.
Yeah, what Edmondson's doing at the moment is he's doing pretty much as he pleases. He's controlling the space, and that means he's controlling this fight because he's going on the front foot, back foot. He's choosing what to do when he wants to do it. Keawa needs to do something different here because he's falling round after round as we approach the 1 minute mark of round number 5.
Right to the body from Edmondson. Decent shot, he's finding the gaps. And again, another combination, and there's nothing much coming back from Keawa. He seems a bit lost, a bit stuck. Maybe it's all getting to him this occasion, or as you said, trouble in that first round and a little bit gun-shy to commit.
Yeah, big right hand again there from Edmondson, who holds centre of the ring. Keawa misses with a jab, misses with a right hand, just falling short of his shots. That tells you he's just not got the confidence to step in with them. And Edmondson having fun up there. Look at him now.
A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and Louis Edmondson has won round after round here. I think we need to get into the corner of Oluwatosin Keawa to hear what Tony Ball's going to say, because he's got to read the riot act pretty soon.
How are you feeling? Yeah, feeling good. Good. You're feeling good, but you're not picking up your gear back here. You're stuck in one gear. Yeah? You want to win this fight, but you got to go through the gears. You got to let them hands go. You going to let them go this round? Yeah. Right, come on. Get off this stool this round, right? You get out there and let your hands go. Step to your right. Hit him with the right hand over the top.
Single shots ain't no good to anybody.
You've got to start doubling it up. 2s, 3s and 4s, man. 2s and 3s, put them together, combinations, right? Back him up.
He got no lungs on him, Mike. But he will have it. Don't back him up.
He's breaking at his pace. He's comfortable. Let's take him, put him on the back foot now. Come on, show us what you're here. Come on, let's go.
Put him on the back foot. Tony Borg said you've got to go through the gears. You're stuck in the first gear. And I'm just looking up at him, and he seems bewildered and a bit lost, almost like it's all happening in front of him, and he just can't really get into this. Olasina Keawa, he's trying, but he just can't settle.
You know, I don't think he's recovered from that right hand he took in the back of the head in that first round, because it's been a negative sort of performance. Although he's holding centre of the ring and he's walking forward, he's not really letting the hands go. And another thing I'll tell you about the corner there, Tony Borg was the lead guy in that corner and he was giving the instructions, but there's two other voices in there as well. You need calm, you need to hear one voice. Just stick to that, and Tony Borg's instructions were right, by the way.
They were, but he can't do the fighting for his charge. Toisin Keawa, he's a popular guy in Bristol, they love him there. They've adopted him really from his home in Nigeria. He's got the green tassels of his homeland on those black trunks, and he's trying to get inside. You heard what the corner said, move to your right, you've got to pressure him. But to me, it's almost like a robotic performance, like he's just stuck in the mud and unable to release those punches. What's that like when you get that as a fighter?
Yeah, but listen, he just needs to let his hands go. He's got to roll the dice here. This is what they call opportunity, and you have to take that opportunity, what you do with it. You know, he's getting an opportunity to box for the Commonwealth light heavyweight title in his 12th contest. He's unbeaten, and he's not rolling the dice, he's not gambling. It's, I need to see more.
He's unbeaten, but he's coming off a win over Adam Cieslak, and Edmonson a win over the very, very accomplished Dan Aziz. It's all about levels, the sport of boxing, and I think it might be that Keawa has just jumped up here and is just falling short.
Yep, you could be right, Adam. Louis Edmondson is full of confidence. He's been great, as I say, all week. He's had the Elvis Presley glasses on there at the weigh-in. He rocked up, he was oozing confidence. Big fan base have come up from Southampton to support him as well, as you can hear the chants around this arena.
Have you got a pair of those sunglasses, or are you too busy swimming in the sea?
Yes, I have got a pair of them sunglasses, and I had them on after I swam in the sea, after watching Graham Souness going back and forth, in and out of the picture. He was in there an hour. But back to this one, Louis Edmondson dominating this contest.
Graham Souness, an animal. I tell you what, the noise here, the Saints fans are getting behind Louis Edmondson, and he is absolutely delivering tonight. Light on his feet, in and out, switching stances, and still short there, Keawa with his jab. And the seconds are ticking by again. He's halfway through this fight, and he just hasn't got a foothold in. He must be 6 rounds down. The bell goes. Let's get to the studio. I want to hear your thoughts, guys. Duke and Gareth.
Well, I've got it a shutout, 6-round shutout so far. I think I agree with Ezra the Cannon Taylor. It's a very boring fight at the moment. Edmonson even took a round off in that round and still won the round. I called him Keawa earlier. I apologise, Mr. Keawa. But right now, he's getting collared by Edmonson in this fantastically exciting light heavyweight division. He's just not stamping any authority on any of his work. Yeah, he's been completely outboxed, dude.
Keawa's he's gun shy. For whatever the reason, he's gun shy. He hasn't turned up this evening. Unfortunately for him, I've got him absolutely. It's a shutout, as you said, for Edmonson. And to Edmondson's credit, what he needs to do now is to step on the gas and close the show. There's nothing coming back at him.
Absolutely right.
Thank you, guys. All 4 of us have got it. A shutout. Judges Terry O'Connor, who's just in front of us at ringside, Mark Mates and Lee Every, other guys that matter. You're watching Louis Edmondson against Oluwatosin Keawa live on talkSPORT for the Commonwealth light heavyweight title. Remember, coming up after this, it's the big one for the European 9-stone 4 belt, Ryan Garner, the undefeated and so popular fighter from the South Coast, against the Spanish Salvador Jimenez, who's really spent a bang up for this as these two start the second half.
Yeah, great top of the bill that we've got here, and a great contest here. Shut out so far by Louis Edmondson, who's dominated these first 6 rounds, and he's doing the same here in the 7th. Duke McKenzie's right, he now needs to just shut the show, and he needs to up the gears, go through the gears now and try and put on a spectacular performance.
Keawa just drops his hands there, looks up almost at the gods as if to say, what can I do here? Because Edmonton, it's almost like a glorified spa. Everything's one-way traffic as they hold each other and clench, and Keawa just can't get his own game plan off. And what was that game plan?
Well, I tell you what, Adam, he didn't need to look up to the gods there, Keawa. He could have looked over at me and I would have told him exactly what to do. Let your hands go, mate. Quite simple. You need to roll the dice. Let them go, throw the kitchen sink, whatever you got.
That's better from Keawa. A couple of body shots, digging in an uppercut, and he's heard you, Spencer, from a few feet away. And Keawa is suddenly applying that pressure that Tony Borg was wanting. Edmonton stands away and they posture at each other in this ring here in Bournemouth, and this is better in the 7th round from Keawa.
Yeah, Keawa there just growing in confidence. He seems to land a good shot that made Louis Edmondson just retreat there, and he put his hands down by his side and went, come on mate, let's have a fight. Is there a change in the atmosphere here as well? We just see the crowd just momentarily wondering, is this turning around a little bit in this 7th?
40 seconds to go in the 7th round here. Edmonton tries to turn Keawa in his own corner, but the Nigerian, the 23-year-old, who has pretty much lost every single round so far in this, the 7th, is doing far better. He's woken up, he's taking centre ring, and he has let his hands go more.
Yeah, and for the first time in this contest, I've seen Louis Edmondson now thinking. He's got his hands down, his left hand down, but his eyes are wide. Oh, and he gets caught there, Edmondson, with a big right hand.
Much better from Keawa, and a combination too. And as the Saints go marching on, it's bellowed around the Bournemouth International Centre. It's into Keawa's corner, because that was his first round.
That's what they're going to do, turn it into a dogfight. Showing you want it, right?
That's better.
How do you feel in there?
You're feeling good.
You win so good.
Fucking get on with it then.
That engine's full, right? You're ready, you've got plenty there. Take it to him now, draw him into a fight.
Turn him into a dogfight, yeah?
You don't want to fight.
7 rounds gone. Turn this into a dogfight.
Won that one, but you've lost the 6 before. You've got to win big now.
You got to knock him out now, mate. Really, mate?
Listen, cut his eye, break his nose. It's like chopping a tree down. You've got to let the hands go. Not one shot, you've got to work an accumulation of punches, right? Get out there and do it. Otherwise, you're going to come back to a ball again, right?
Put it together, Coach. Come on.
We told you then, you turned it into a bit of a fight. Let's fucking do it again. Turn it into a dogfight now. Sit on his chest and work away.
Excuse the language in the corner. It does get blue at times, because I tell you what, Tony Borg has said exactly the right things in there. Cut him up, chop the tree down, put the pressure on, and rightfully they gave him a great reception, because that was a brilliant round for Keawa based on the first 6 into the 8th, turn it into a dogfight. Light it up, guys.
Yes, that's exactly what he needs to do, and that was great instructions there, and I think they were quite clear and simple, wasn't they? He got the rollicking that he needed in the corner. Let's build on this now. Round 7, the first round Keawa has won. Can he build on that now?
Louis on the waistband of Edmonton's black trunks, an innocent boy for Oluwatosin Keawa, who's just standing off again, and Edmonton trying to get back into his groove after a poor 7th. And they meet centre ring, just get a little tangled. Are they getting tired now? Will that come into it? The pace, the stamina, the fitness?
Well, Edmonton now needs to take a foothold of this contest again, because Keawa is growing in confidence, body shots going, and a jab that snaps the head back there of Edmonton.
Rat-a-tat-tat, body shots in from Oluwatosin Keawa. He's trying to turn this contest around. Live on talkSPORT, we've got thrilling action here. Uppercut from Edmonton. I tell you what, it may not be Bimble Bateviev at that level, but it's really good to watch.
Yeah, listen, it's intriguing, you know, just as we thought that Keawa was letting it slip away from him. He started to dig deep. He's showing a lot of character in here, Keawa, as Edmonton moves around the perimeter of the ring, hands held low, trying to get back in the rhythm of things, trying to get a foothold again here. Keawa having another good round.
the 7th here, Keawa, and it's a really fiery atmosphere tonight. I mean, there is some real passion in here.
Yeah, there certainly is. It's livened up, isn't it? We always see this here in the big centre down in Bournemouth. The atmosphere is absolutely insane, and we've got nothing but that again tonight.
Oh, good work again. Keawa catching Edmonson, body and head, and he's going through the gears that Tony Borg was asking. Last 45 of the 8th, and we're getting a very, very different fight here because Keawa has woken up and he's taken it to Edmonson.
Yeah, Edmondson's now got to start showing a bit of character himself here as Keawa slams a right hand in him. Did we see the legs just slipping there of Edmondson, who's now having to bite down on his gum shield himself?
Swapping body shots, best action of the fight here in the 8th round. Keawa looks in his corner as if to say, that's what you wanted, and I've delivered it.
Yeah, Tony Borg, as I say, give him a bit of a rollicking in that corner, and he's doing it. He's boxing to instructions as he slams in the little right uppercut that pushes the head back of Edmondson.
First half of the fight, all Louis Edmondson, but now he's got a fight on his hands. Keawa's round, but let's get into that blue corner and see what Jacob Miller's going to say.
How you feeling? Good. Good. Get back on your box then, all right? Keep cooking them up. Winning every round. Alright? No silly risks. Don't do nothing silly. Yeah? Every time you hit him, you hurt him, but don't take no stupid risks. You've got one chance. You've got one chance, and that's it. I don't think he hits hard enough. He's not going to take any risks. Alright? No high guard. It's not a high guard now. Pick and poke him, pick the shots. Alright? Don't give him a sniff. Don't even give him a chance. On your boxing. Good man. Look class in them. That's some nice, lovely boxing. 4 rounds now.
The sounds of Jacob McMillan in that blue corner alongside Killer Khan, one of Johnny Nelson's former stablemates. And there's 4 rounds to go, the championship rounds here in Bournemouth. And I don't agree with that corner, Spencer, that Edmonton won those last couple.
No, I'm not a fan of what he was told there, and I'm not a fan of the instructions either. I think that Edmonton needs to get a foothold of this again now, because Keawa is just growing in confidence. He stands in the centre of the ring and says, come on, mate, let's have it out. Come to me.
And there's no action because he's just beckoning him in, Keawa, and Edmonton stands off. He knows he's got plenty of rounds in the bank, but he's still got to continue to get some success here, Edmonton, because Keawa's doing far more now.
Yeah, good work here again in the 9th round from Keawa. He's pushing forward. He's now the one that looks the confident of the two. He's the one that now looks like a champion, and his big right hand just misses there. Edmonton just moves around, just skims the whiskers of him there.
It's interesting, Spencer, because at the beginning, Edmonton looked so much physically bigger, that long reach, the jabs, the right hands, but it's a complete mirror image now. It's turned on its head because Keawa has had real success and snaps the head back of Edmonton with a beautiful jab.
Yeah, Keawa just trying to draw Edmonton in there as well, just trying to set the traps. He went on the back foot. Edmonton didn't take the bait though. He dangled the carrot, but he didn't take it.
Keawa stalking Edmonton around the ring and trying to back him up into corners. Edmonton just not nearly as effective. He's dancing on his feet, but he's not doing anything.
No, nothing coming really from Edmonton. It's like you say, quite negative in what he's doing. He's just trying to steal these rounds now. Good work there from Edmonton. Keawa, though, we need to be a little more sense of urgency from Keawa because we're running out of time here.
Into the last minute of the 9th round, and Edmonton just gets a combination of pick and poke in his corner. But remember, Tony Borg wants Keawa to cut his man up. Lovely shot from Edmonton, but then a counter back from Keawa. And at times, the action just lights up.
Yeah, there's a little injection of pace, isn't there? And it gets everyone on the edge of their seats. Edmonton now just trying to dilute the action a little bit here, trying to stay on the outside, just trying to stay out of trouble, because Keawa, who's won the last couple of rounds on our scorecard, has a newfound confidence in there right now.
Definitely won the 7th and 8th, the 9th closer. Not a great deal landed clean, but Keawa is pressing. And remember that lovely jab he threw in that round. Gareth and Duke, he's putting it back a little bit.
Definitely the closest round of the fight so far. I just shaded that to Edmonson, but he's very negative, isn't he? A couple of rounds there for Keawa. He just needs to put the pressure on. I think he needs a knockdown to get back into this fight, Duke. Weird, wacky and wonderful sport, this our boxing world. Why didn't Keawa go for it earlier in the fight?
Like I say, I think he was probably like stage shocked. Looked like he'd been caught in headlamps, like a deer in headlamps. Just wasn't prepared to let his hands go. However, I made that last round a draw, and I made him win the 2 rounds prior to that. It's not beyond the realms of possibilities that he could throw a haymaker and knock Edmonson's out, but because Edmonson just isn't doing anything now. He's just following him around. He's not sticking his jab. He's not working. There's no urgency to his work now, so it's anybody's fight, but I've got Edmonson ahead.
Gents, Keawa needing a knockdown at this point?
Well, it might be. The 3 judges, all around us, are the ones who matter. Gareth giving Edmonson the last round, Duke having a draw. I had it a draw, I gave Keawa the 2 before, but Edmonson the first 6. So it should be Edmonson in a handy lead, but he is, as Gareth said, very negative. He suddenly just sort of switched off like Keawa switched off rounds 2 to 6.
Yep, it's a fight of 2 halves, isn't it? And I've got a theory on that, what's happened there with Keawa. Looking at him going into this second half of the contest, and Duke back in the studio here will be able to relate to this with me. He took a shot in the back of the head that clearly affected him. The legs totally went, he was caught cold, and I think it actually took him 6 rounds to recover, because there's a newfound energy, a newfound confidence from Keawa. So that could have been down to that blow in that first round.
As the 2 are broken away by referee Mark Bates, and Keawa keeps trying to hunt down Edmonton. A reminder, you can watch along with us ringside here. Head over to the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel right now to get involved. This is Edmonton against Keawa, Commonwealth Light Heavyweight title, and stay with us after this one for the big one with Ryan Garner and Salvador Jimenez. Jabs doubling up now from Keawa. Certainly got a bounce back to him, and you may be right, he's shaken off those right hands and he's woken up and the confidence is coming back.
Yeah, Edmonson, now he's turned to box more negatively, up on his toes, bouncing around the ring, switching from left to right, left hand down low, just trying to draw Keawa in, just trying to get through the rounds, you feel now. With 1 minute left here of this 10th round, and Keawa again, combination followed by a left hook.
Beautiful work from Keawa, some block by Edmonson with his elbows and gloves, but a few getting through, and maybe enough just to squeak this round. A penny for the thoughts of the judges, not for the first 6, but how they've scored 7 to 10.
Yeah, but that's what it is. There's a couple of rounds there that may be a bit subjective. What do you go for? You know, Louis Edmondson, who's just nicking the rounds, or do you go for Keawa? And if you do go for Keawa, and this is another tight round, if he's won this one, he's pulling it back a little bit. 6 rounds to Edmonton, last 3 on my card to Keawa, and I tell you what, this one's close as well.
Edmonton's work rate has absolutely dropped as he switches back to southpaw. He was so good at that early on in the fight, but he switched off, and Keawa's landed more combinations and might just have pinched that one.
Yeah, I think you're right, Adam Smith. I think Keawa may have nicked that one as well. So, out of nowhere, he's turned this one right around. He's turned it on his head, and I don't quite understand what Louis Edmondson's doing. I don't understand why there's no real sense of urgency in his corner here, because if I was in his corner, I know exactly what I would be saying to him. And let me tell you, there'd be a lot of beeps at him, because he would be getting a little telling off in there.
Let's try and get a listen in.
He fighters do. So be aware, be switched on, use your feet, boxing sensible, all right? Yeah. Every round. Lovely. There's a bit more of that. 2 rounds, Lou, 2 rounds. Masterclass.
Coming off a British champion, yeah?
Yep. Masterclass. Championship rounds, this is when we get stronger anyway. All right?
Well, they believe it's a masterclass in that corner. You totally disagree.
Yeah, I absolutely disagree. I mean, this is now, you got 2 rounds here. I need you to win a round, mate, just to make sure we got this in the bag. So don't be worrying about boxing beautifully and just nicking the rounds, because that ain't good enough. Let's get out there and make a statement. Look at this, 4,000 fans here in the Bick Arena. 2,000 of them are here for Louis Edmondson. Let's hear some noise.
Yeah, they've gone quiet, haven't they? There's a doll here. I'm sure they will get their singing voices back on to get him home, to march him home, Louis Edmondson. And he might need it. He was very, very good first half of the fight. But Keawa's come back into it, and you just don't know what the judges are seeing. Edmondson almost certainly in front, and Keawa, maybe he's still going to rip that title off him because he is the challenger.
Yeah, well, that was a good body shot there from Edmondson as he slams a right hand into the rib cage right above us here, and you sort of felt that shot, didn't you?
Another one from Edmondson, better from the man from Southampton, finding the body shots. He needs just to make sure. That's good from Louis Edmondson.
Yeah, Keawa seems to be taking a little round off here, and he hasn't got time to do that. Edmondson started this round very, very well. 1 minute 45 seconds left on the clock here in the 11th, and Edmondson having a good round.
I mean, he won the first 6 so easily, Louis Edmondson. Maybe he just did switch off slightly, thinking it was so easy, and not actually scoring punches, but he seems to be back on it now.
Yeah. He's back in control here in the 11th round. Keawa now needs to put his foot on the gas. He needs to turn the screw if he wants to try and get something out of this. But Edmondson back in control as he feints with the left, feints with the right, and just standing in front of Keawa now, hands down low. And what's Keawa doing? Nothing.
Last minute of the 11th round, and Keawa's good work over the last 2, 3, 4. Well, it's going to be undone here, because he's now gone flat, and it's Edmondson that has scored the punches as he looks just to toy with Keawa, who's now out of range.
Yeah, it's not just Keawa that's gone flat. The crowd have just simmered down a little here as well. I think they're expecting something. Edmondson just misses the whiskers, and Keawa again there with a swinging right hand.
Oh, beautiful work there from Louis Edmondson, who has woken himself back out, the champion, defending his Commonwealth title. And maybe this is the round he needed to make absolutely sure. And now I agree with Gareth. I think Keawa needs a knockdown, or probably a knockout.
Definitely needs a knockout now. Going into that as we hear the 10-second clacker there, just coming up to the end of the 11th round. They've got the stall up already on the corner there for Keawa. He's going to get a little telling off here. He's going to have to go for it here. Let's get into the corner of Keawa and see what Tony Paul has to say.
10 minutes now, mate. So, Keawa, that's your name, innit? Come on, mate. Be proud of your name. Get out there and do the business. Wipe your eyes.
Right, listen now. 3 minutes, yeah? That's all you got. You have to go and take it to him now. Don't stand off him, don't call him in. Turn into a dog fight, right? And fucking let your hands go, right? 3 minutes, that's all you got.
Go and knock him out, mate.
We're miles behind, right? Let's go and show now. 3 minutes, fucking put it on him.
If you want to become world champion, you've got to get off your stool now and
take it off him. He's got 1 chance. 3 minutes, that's it.
Again, apologies for the language. 3 of them trying to rally him up there. You need a knockout. He's way behind on the cards. He's got to go for it here. Oliver Tosin Keawa. I think he's just fallen short in terms of quality over the whole picture of the 12 rounds. Louis Edmondson, brilliant. First 6, Keawa came back into it. But I think that 11th was a big statement from Edmondson.
Yeah, he needed to do that. He needed to sort of put it around in the bank there, just to shut down anything decision-wise, because he'd be a proverbial mile in front at the moment now with winning that round, and all he's got to do for me His stay on his feet as he gets up on his toes, and again just clowning around, and no real urgency, Adam, from Keawa again.
Anthony Yard to fight Lyndon Arthur. We saw that absolute firecracker between Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith last weekend, and Ezra Taylor waiting at ringside, hunting down Lewis Edmondson, and Keawa's own hunt here tonight has not been enough. I think he'll wake up tomorrow morning and be kicking himself because the challenge has not been, well, effective to win a Commonwealth crown.
Yeah, no, he needs to go for it a little more than he has. Keawa, who's clearly got talent, is quite heavy-handed as well, but he just hasn't utilised, you know, the boxing skills that he's got, really.
And Louis Edmondson, who gained that experience from that close fight with Dan Aziz, has at times boxed beautifully in front of the South Coast support, but they have been rather quiet in the last few rounds.
As you say that, Adam, Louis Edmondson just slams in a left hook to centre, sweat spraying there from Keawa.
And Keawa's not going for broke like his corner told him to.
No, he's not doing anything. He's walking forward. You know, there's too much space between the two of them. He needs to sit on the chest now of Louis Edmondson. Put his head there. Let the hands go. Body, head. Do whatever you got to do. This is your opportunity, son. You've got to go for it.
And you've got a minute. Oliver to see Keawa. If you're going to do anything, he has to knock him out here. Louis Edmondson is so far ahead on the cards, and he's the one connecting quality punches, and time is ticking. 45 to go.
Yep, Louis Edmondson doing a good job of avoiding Keawa at the moment. He's keeping that distance well as he holds the left hand out, slams the right hand in. Nothing back from Keawa.
Edmondson showing his experience at this higher level. The British champion defending his Commonwealth belt under these hot lights here in Bournemouth, live on talkSPORT, and he'll be pleased with his performance. And Oliver Tosin Keawa came back a little bit, but not enough. Too late.
Yeah, he's come back a little bit in those middle rounds, 7, 8, 9, maybe Keawa done enough to win those ones, but Edmondson turned it around quickly. Good 11th round that he had there, and he's won the 12th as well. For me, Louis Edmondson keeps his Commonwealth light heavyweight title for what was a good performance, but maybe switched off between those middle rounds.
Ezra Taylor is smiling at ringside as if to say, you didn't get your man out of there. And there was a lot of verbals at the weigh-in, and I think that's the fight that Frank Warren will be looking to put on Louis Edmondson and Ezra Taylor, whether it's down here, the dream maybe at St Mary's in the summer, if Ryan Garner can come through and become European champion in a few minutes. That's next here. But the Ezra Taylor-Nottingham fight is on. There's a lot of beef between them. But on tonight's performance, I mean, he boxed really, really well for 6 rounds. We can excuse the slight switch off. I think it's more Keawa didn't do enough, and Edmondson will have defended this Commonwealth title with some ease.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that, Adam. I think that, you know, he done pretty much as he pleased in there, Edmondson. Maybe a lapse of concentration through those middle lap rounds, but we've got to remember that was his 11th contest there. He stays 11-0 with 3 KOs, but it's all about the learning curve for him right now. He's still very much on that apprenticeship stage. Even though he's British and Commonwealth champion, this kid is just beginning.
Oliver Tosin Keawa will come on for that because it was his first time at this level, but unfortunately he couldn't do enough to derail the switch hitting and classier work of Louis Edmondson, who, well, the team are already celebrating. The verdict's not official yet, but they know, and the face of Oliver Tosin Keawa tells a real story. He's sunken, he's devastated. It's as though he wants to do it all over again. Time ran out for him, 36 minutes, and it's Edmondson's night. Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Lee Every scores it 118-110. Judge Kieran McCann scores it 119-109. And Judge Terry O'Connor scores it 120-110. to 110, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, still undefeated, and still Commonwealth Light Heavyweight Champion, Louis the Saint Edmondson.
Well, welcome back to the studio. Lewis Edmondson, the Saint, winning their 9 rounds to 3 for me, Duke McKenzie. There's a bit of controversy over in Belfast as well on the DAZN card tonight. We'll come to that in a minute. Something happened in the ring just now. A very disappointing fight. As I said to you during the fight, it reminds me of the moments where I've sat with the late, great Burt Randolph Sugar at ringside in America, and he's told me, he's elbowed me and said, wake me up when the fight breaks out. The fight never broke out there. Over 12 rounds, Duke McKenzie. How did you have it?
Sorry. Well, listen. All right, so it's one of them. I mean, listen, we can't be too hard on them because it is levels. This isn't world-class boxing we're watching. It's Commonwealth Championship boxing that we're watching. So we've got to cut them a little bit of slack. However, it was quite...
Yeah, but Edmondson beat Dan Aziz in a fine performance on the Azim O'Hara Davis card.
It's quite...
We didn't show that tonight.
No, it's quite a lacklustre performance, I thought, from Edmondson. Got off to a good start, right enough, you know, had him like 6 rounds up at one point. And then he seemed to switch off round 7s, round 8. And then, you know, round 10, he had a decent round. And then he won the last round, so...
But he's standing off him, Duke. He's posturing. He's not. That wasn't a fight, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that boxing match.
It wasn't. Even though, like I say, it wasn't great. It's not world class boxing we're watching. This is Commonwealth level that we're actually watching. So you know, these guys are still much on the ascendancy, still much on the learning curve, Gareth, aren't they? Because there's still a lot to learn. They've both proven that. I'm sure the pair of them will come again and hopefully look better in their next fight.
Well, it's all going to happen in the main event over at the BIC Centre, a stone's throw from the beach in Bournemouth, where the boys are. We'll join them after the break. Ryan Garner against Salvador Jimenez from Spain, undefeated Spanish fighter who contests the WBC International and vacant European super-featherweight title. Just before we do go to break, though, the controversy in Belfast, and we've only seen clips on X so far, is that Paddy Donovan hit Lewis Crocker after the bell, and Marcus McDonald didn't step in and stop it but disqualified him. So Crocker beat Paddy Donovan via disqualification after being knocked down after the bell. We've seen that before.
We have seen that before. Didn't it happen to Lennox Lewis once?
It did. Go on.
Well, no, I'm just saying, you know what you're doing when you're in there, John. Who's John? Sorry, Gareth.
You called me John all my life. It's fine. It's not a problem. Gareth John Davis, I am tonight.
Right. Okay. Right. So anyway, no, we have seen that before, and it's a bad look. It shouldn't happen because you can't really say you get caught up in the throes of what you're doing.
But the referee didn't step in and stop the punches, and then he's got disqualified for throwing the punches afterwards, and Crocker's won. I thought Crocker was going to win this fight. He's looked fantastic so far. Boxing serves up controversy, doesn't it?
Well, that's the nature of the beast.
That is the nature of the beast, and we'll be back with the nature of the beast. We have Ryan Garner against Salvador Jimenez, commentary from Adam Smith and Spencer Oliver down in the BIC Centre in Bournemouth after this. Welcome back to our Fight Night Live. I'm Gareth Davis, Duke McKenzie in the studio with me. We have live fights for you tonight. Coming up now, we have from Bournemouth, Ryan Garner versus Salvador Jimenez for the WBC International and Vacant European super-featherweight title. What a year he had last year. Victories over Liam Dillon and Archie Sharp. Now, can Ryan Garner do the business?
He's accurate with his work. There's that left hook again downstairs. That's a cracking shot indeed.
And now the end could come here, right here in the third, because Garner's going to
there's that left hook again downstairs. That's a cracking shot indeed.
And now the end could come here, right here in the third, because Garner's going to work one more big shot, maybe. It's all over. And Garner gets a brilliant win.
Ryan.
Well, let's get to it. Adam Smith and Spencer, the Omen Oliver are there at the Bic Centre. I can hear the music. They're starting the walkouts. Gents, over to you.
Thank you, Gareth. An awesome atmosphere here in the Bournemouth International Centre on the South Coast. It really is absolutely sizzling. It was a scorching day, Spencer, and we're going to have a fabulous main event we hope for. Really good here tonight.
Yeah, it really is. And listen, just listen to the atmosphere as everybody up on their feet, singing Sweet Caroline. Everybody where I'm looking, punch in the air. They can't wait for this one. Ryan Garner versus Salvador Jimenez in what promises to be an absolute barnstormer.
The tension. Thomas Treiber is waiting in the ring to bring the combatants out.
Live on TNT Sports, let's now welcome to the ring our main event participants. First, the undefeated challenger from Spain, Salvador El Ciclón Jimenez.
And here we are, live on talkSPORT, entering the Lion's Den, the former European Union champion and European title challenger, Salvador Jimenez. He's out of his beloved Spain for the first time in his 5-year pro career. He was fired up at yesterday's weigh-in. He's tough, he's strong, and Spencer, he's ready to bring the belt back to Valladolid.
Yeah, listen, well, we know what Ryan Garner is all about. We saw him last time out beating Archie Sharp, coming as the underdog to do that. That was back in July, but Garner is all about that rough, tough, come forward stuff. Well, guess what? Salvador Jimenez, I've been watching him on YouTube.
And now let's welcome to the ring the undefeated defending champion from England, Ryan the Piranha Garner.
Oh, this is brilliant. A sizzling, sensational amount of noise here by the seaside on the south coast. The Southampton super popular Ryan Garner gets into the ring with his thousands of fans awaiting. This is the acid test. We've seen many characters and ticket sellers down the years, and here is another. Southampton's Ryan Garner, 30 miles away in Bournemouth, and he's brought half of the city.
Yeah, he absolutely has. I heard he sold 1,500 tickets personally himself. Very popular character, 16 wins, no defeats, 8 of those by KO. The kid brings drama, but he's got some drama in the opposite corner tonight with Salvador Jimenez, who really fancies his chances here.
The red and white lights flashing around the ring. Thomas
Ladies and
again.
gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it'll be for the WBC International and Vacant EBU European Super Featherweight Championships. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, and Unibet. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Steward in Charge Charles Giles, along with the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor UC Nia Monen, and the European Boxing Union. Supervisor Domingo Matas, timekeeper Stephen Pucci. Our 3 judges assigned will be Bella Florian of Hungary, Giovanni Poggi of Italy, and Daniel Vandeville of Belgium. Our referee in charge will be Anssi Pedajoki of Finland. And now, boxing fans joining us live worldwide, and boxing fans here in Bournemouth, England. The time has arrived for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing red, blue, and white, and weighed in officially at 9 stone 3 pounds. Coming to us from Valladolid, Spain, he brings an undefeated record with 14 wins, 1 draw, 6 of his 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated challenger, Salvador El Ciclón Jimenez. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing red with white and weighed in the same as his opponent, 9 stone 3 pounds. Hailing from Southampton, Hampshire, England, he is undefeated with 16 wins, 8 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WBC International Super Featherweight Champion. It's feeding time. Ryan the Piranha Garner.
Oh, it's a cauldron in here. We remember atmospheres down the line. Ricky Hatton in Manchester, Neville Brown in the Midlands, Paul Ingle up in Scarborough, Richie Woodall, who's just in front of us tonight in Telford, Spencer Oliver's Oman Army, and now it's Ryan Garner's Piranha Posse.
Absolutely, look at the crowd here, not an empty seat in the house. Football chants around this arena, 4,000 strong here, and the majority of them are here for Ryan Garner. Let's see what he can deliver. Will he deliver? Can he capture his vacant European super featherweight title?
Decked out in his beloved Southampton colours, with his kids on either side of his shorts, Harper and Harmony, as Ryan Garner hopes for a harmonious ending tonight against Salvador Jimenez from Spain. It's a fascinating fight for the venerable old European 9 stone 4 belt. 2 unbeaten challengers, what we want to see.
Yeah, absolutely, and stylistically, as I said earlier, this should be a barnstormer. Jimenez loves to come forward, swinging punches, just landed a good right hand there actually. Garner's got to be careful, Adam.
Lovely body shot from Jimenez, who started strong. Garner comes back with his own work to the body and a left hook to the head, and the first 40 seconds have been fought at a super pace.
Yeah, good start here from Garner, who's landing some big bombs. No feeling out process here in this opening round. Both guys met each other head to head, centre of the ring, and they're both loading up here.
Toe to toe, it's phone box stuff really early, and it's a deafening noise here in the Bournemouth international centre as Garner tries to establish his jab, but there's already a mark underneath the right eye on the cheek of Ryan Garner. Jimenez trying to chuck leather at him. First fight out of Spain, and he doesn't seem in any way intimidated.
I tell you what, good body shots going in from Garner there as well. Slamming those in, you can hear them thudding off the elbows there of Garner, Jimenez, and I think Jimenez felt those.
Huge left hook from Jimenez, and comes back with a couple of body shots. Wow, what a first round we have here.
Yeah, both guys standing centre of the ring, loading up, big body shots going in from both of them. Garner, again with a right hand. Jimenez comes back with a good left hook of his own.
Spencer Garner's marked up under both eyes already as he comes in with an onslaught, and a wry smile from Salvador Jimenez as he throws a couple of left hooks, and he goads the man from Southampton. He's standing his ground and he wants a fight.
I tell you what, he fancies this Jimenez, doesn't he? He's smiling in there. He wants a little bit of the action. He's the one holding centre of the ring, and Garner now just being forced on the back foot. Interesting first round, close first round.
Garner, who told us he'd only watched a couple of clips of Jimenez, and now he's got him up close and personal in his face. Lovely shot from Garner. Both of them having their success in the first round, but the home fighter closing it well here.
Yeah, both guys, none of them really stamped their authority in this one. Both guys are having action here, real seesaw of a round. Garner again just tries to throw the right hand. Jimenez misses wildly with the left hook.
Terrific action in this first round. Garner finishing it well. Well, if we get 11 more like this, we're in for a big, big night on the South Coast. Fabulous start.
Yeah, boy, did I say there, stylistically this was going to be a barnstormer, and as I say that, Salvador Jimenez goes back to his corner, waving to the crowd, playing the game. Interesting first round, real seesaw of action there, Adam, as I was saying. Garner landing some good shots, but picks up a couple of bruises on the face already in the process of this young Salvador Jimenez. What a round!
What a round of 3 minutes. How the judges got it? For me, Jimenez won that round. I thought Garner got a few decent shots off, but I thought Jimenez started so strongly. Garner electing to stand in between rounds, and the red corner just alongside us of Salvador Jimenez looking nice and calm and relaxed. Remember, he's challenged for this title before, and he has that experience.
Yep, he certainly has. He's been in with and beaten some good fighters as well.
He drew with Yanfe Gomez Yabi with Alex Rat, who we know well.
Yeah, we know Alex Rat very, very well, and he had a good fight with him, so the standards are very high here, and again, it's about opportunity. Can he come into the other guy's backyard, really into the Lions' den here down at the Big Arena in Bournemouth, and win this European title? Well, from what we saw there, Adam, we've got a real fight in our hands.
You're listening with us live on talkSPORT, and don't forget, we're also on the YouTube channel, so you can watch it too. Take your pick. Boxing all over the place, from Riyadh to Bournemouth. It's Garner against Jimenez, European and an international title, the WBC on the line. Good work from the home man, Ryan Garner, at the start of the second.
Yeah, both guys knocking horns in the centre of the ring there. Garner having his successes, getting through some good shots, but Jimenez not bothered. He's coming back with shots of his own. Great action here in the second round.
Good right hand to the body from Ryan Garner, who had a good win over Archie Sharp, who's watching on somewhere from ringside. He's got big news coming next week. Sharp moving up to lightweight. Good right hand from Ryan Garner in front of Chris Smith, the Southampton manager, a couple of players, and Spencer Oliver.
Oh, they're absolutely loving it down here tonight in Bournemouth. Good body shot goes in there from Garner. Slams the right in as well. Good head movement. Better second round this.
Body shot from Jimenez, but this is why we love watching Ryan Garner. He's in your face, he's aggressive, he's trying the uppercuts, he's digging in downstairs. It's really good this second round from Ryan Garner.
Yeah, good right hand goes in from Garner as well, as again he sits in the pocket, drills the right hand to the body, then the left hand. Jimenez responds well, but Garner defiant, pushing Jimenez onto the corner, lands the right hand as well. Good action this.
Back comes Jimenez, a couple of uppercuts, crowd on their feet, loving this European title fight. The start of it has been absolutely red hot.
Yeah, Garner's found his rhythm, hasn't he? He's found his timing. Slams a left hook in, double left hook back from Jimenez. Garner pushing forward, uppercut as well.
Good jab from Ryan Garner 30 seconds to go in what's been a very, very good and accomplished second round for Garner. Beautiful right hand, and the crowd are rallying with it, and Jimenez just in a bit of bother on those far ropes.
Yeah, just feeling the pace there, Jimenez, and he was the one that wanted to tie Garner up there.
Jimenez just out of range. He's been under pressure, under cosh. Work rate's been great of Garner, and accuracy as the bell's about to go to end the second round, and we're going to take you right into the blue corner, into the heart of Ryan Garner's corner, to listen to Wayne Batten and the team.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful boxing. All right, just roll your head a little bit when you finish sometimes, yeah? Tell there, mate. All right, lovely. Already been one of the ones downstairs. Just up and down, right? Slow down a little bit. Yeah, but you chap, more feints than that. Break it down slowly, is that it? If you don't like the pace, but obviously it's only the second round, yeah? Just put your hands up, and that's the time when you finish your punching. Yeah, when you finish your punching, good. Just bend your knees, be a bit more before you go. You don't know where they're coming from. But I keep pumping that jab out, bang, bang. Yeah?
Wayne Batten in the corner, who was guided by Ronnie Davis, who we've seen this week in the Eubank Bend Circus. What a few days it's been since that fabulous night that talkSPORT brought you in Riyadh, topped by Bitebiev Bivol. It's back to trade fair here in Bournemouth, but it's a cracker. It's really firing it up. This European title on the line. Ryan Garner and Salvador Jimenez. You can hardly catch your breath here.
Yeah, we love a little bit of Bournemouth, don't we? This big arena, the atmosphere in here, the way it's set out. The fans, they love a good fight, and they're getting one here as Ryan Garner drills a left uppercut in, followed by the right hand.
Jimenez just out of range. Garner with his own jab, and he's got into a bit of a rhythm here. Ryan Garner, who almost quit boxing a few years ago, but his family helped him out. He got back on the rails. It's a terrific story. Frank Warren's behind him, and he wants to fight in the summer at St Mary's and give Southampton something to shout about.
Yep, he certainly does, but he's got to deal with things here, and he's got a tough opponent in Salvador Jimenez, but he was hurt with the body there, straight right hand there, and Jimenez nearly folded like a deck chair there.
Crisp shot from Ryan Garner. I think Spencer spent too much time on the beach, but he did nearly fall there. And he looked at his corner as well, and that was just the first moment of crisis for Salvador Jimenez.
Yeah, that was a straight right hand that went through there and just nearly doubled Jimenez up, and Jimenez covering up, holding center of the ring, jab slams in as well there. Good round this from Garner.
Both undefeated. Ryan Garner 16-0, half have come by knockouts, so he can punch, had to go the distance recently as he's gone up in levels, but Salvador Jimenez definitely felt that body shot, and a nice crunching right hand to the head as well. Gum shield loose. Jimenez just having problems here.
Yeah, it's good work this from Garner as he switches the attacks to body and head, sneaks the right hand over as well. Just got into a rhythm here, Garner. Right hand, short right hand over the top. Jimenez standing with his hands held over his face. Right hand goes through as well.
Well, if the last fight was more of a boxing technical match, this has been an absolute fire fest from the opening bell. You can't take your eyes off it.
No, stick this one in the phone box, couldn't you? These two, both working so well. Body shot from Jimenez, one back from Garner, followed by a 1, 2, 3, 4.
They're swapping body shots into each other. Working so hard at such a pace. It's intense, these first 9 minutes. Garner definitely in control, but Jimenez playing his part and digging deep here.
Yeah, Garner though, for me, the one that seems to be just moving through those gears, and you just feel as these rounds go on, Adam, will Jimenez Jimenez be able to stay with the pressure?
Well, Gareth and Jim, we think Ryan Garner is getting into that rhythm now. What about you?
Absolutely. Gears is the word for him. A terrific 9 minutes of action so far. He got away with a low blow, by the way, that we noticed in the studio in the second round when he really started to take Jimenez apart. I think it's a terrific performance. This is the guy that beat Archie Sharp. He's terrific, isn't he, Duke?
He's very exciting. He's like a little buzzsaw. Doesn't stop throwing shots, works up and down, head and body. I think Jimenez needs to, he's obviously got to throw more. He looks like he's just a little bit overwhelmed right now, Jimenez.
You know what, Ryan Garner, if he can just get himself up to another level. Remember, this is the division. Lamont Roach, Oshaki Foster, Emmanuel Navarrete, the world champions. And of course, Lamont Roach stepping up to lightweight tonight against Javonta Davis later on from Brooklyn, New York. Over to you guys.
Yeah, boxing in Belfast, in Brooklyn and in Bournemouth. Absolutely buzzing our sports, Spencer.
Yeah, it really is, and we love the boxing down here in Bournemouth, as do these fans. Packed house here in the Big Arena, 4,000, all standing on their feet. What's going to happen here in the fourth round?
Yeah, CBS, Chris Millen-Smith has rocked this place, but now it's the turn of Ryan Garner, the 27-year-old from Southampton, who's got this fan-friendly, aggressive style. I mentioned Paul Ingle earlier in the atmosphere he used to get in Scarborough. He's a bit like that, isn't he? He just throws so many punches, and the body shots are fabulous.
Yeah, he's absolutely relentless, really high output there from Ryan Garner, and he works the body and head again, and Jimenez must be wondering what's coming at him. Not just Ryan Garner throwing loads of punches, but a 4,000 strong crowd, all Ryan Garner fans, and Garner again pins Jimenez on the ropes.
Ryan Garner admitted he caught out Anton Kakachi just a little bit too early. Wasn't ready for him. Kakachi in a massive fight with Lee Wood. We've had Josh Warrington. We've had Danny Quartermain's knocking around. Jazza Diggins with a great performance the other week. But this Ryan Garner, the way he's going, he's moving seamlessly towards a world title tilt. And Frank has managed and promoted him brilliantly.
I'll tell you what, I said it's all about opportunity in boxing, and Ryan Garner, to his credit, he's taken those opportunities, and he's taken another one here for the vacant European super-featherweight title. He wants this belt, and he wants it bad.
Good body shot, lovely body shot, with the right hook, and they're crunched up in that neutral corner, and that's where Ryan Garner will want Salvador Jimenez, who's just not keeping up quite with him.
Do you know what it is, Adam? It's the body shots. He's getting those shots really drilling in, and he's not used to that sort of barrage to the body in 1, 2, 3, 4. Again there from Garner. Listen to the crowd.
Going through the gears now, Ryan Garner, who's got one of the great nicknames in boxing, Ryan the Piranha Garner.
Yeah, and he's a piranha in there right now, isn't he? Walking forward, letting the shots go, barrages of punches, right hand slams into the ribcage again. Jimenez just felt that one back on the ropes.
And you're listening to The Omen, Spencer Oliver, live on talkSPORT. 30 seconds left in the fourth round. It's been thunderous action so far, non-stop. Referees hardly had to do a thing, but it's Garner who has got the edge here, and he's just putting everything in to the opening part of this fight.
Yeah, he really is. He's starting to take over now, and I tell you what, them body shots are hurting. Jimenez really feeling the weight of them back against the ropes again.
Spencer, he's sunk back on the ropes there. Salvador Jimenez, and he walks wearily back to his corner, and we're only 4 rounds in. That's worrying signs for the Spanish team.
Yeah, I tell you what though, Jimenez, to his credit, walking back to the corner, slamming his gloves, trying to get himself up for this one as his corner man pours the water over his head, trying to cool him down in what is a really hot arena here, the Big Arena, packed out, 4,000 fans, no empty seats, the heat is rising.
Well, we have the sunshine during the day to take us into March, the seaside, everyone's in a terrific mood, boxing's buzzing, and now we're getting a cracking main event here. Ryan Garner just being tended to in his corner, little mark, little cut on the left eye. Frank Hopkins, one of the great cutsmen, is in there. And remember, you're listening to our main event, Ryan Garner v Salvador Jimenez, live from the Bournemouth International Centre, here on talkSPORT and the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. We're all over the world at the moment.
Yes, we are, and Ryan Garner just slams in a left hook to the head, then switches the attacks down to the body as well. This is turning into a tough night for poor Salvador Jimenez.
Jimenez undefeated in his 15 fights so far, one draw when he fought for the European title against Gomez, but he's been stubborn and resistant in his rise so far. But the first time he's out of Spain and he's feeling the heat of the crowd and of Ryan Garner.
Listen, we know, you know, for our passion here in England for the boxing, but this really is coming into the Lions' Den, man. 4,000, and they are loving what Ryan Garner is doing. And listen to the crowd as he opens up again.
Jimenez comes back with the right hand. He's not done, Jimenez. He's played his part, but he's not putting the velocity of punches together here. Garner, light on his toes, in and out. He looks commanding in the ring tonight.
He's dominant in there right now. He's taking control of that ring, taking control of the space, slams the right hand in again, just half a step back, makes Jimenez fall short with the right jab, and whacks the right hand in. The punches are flowing, punches and punches, and he's taking over.
Yeah, beautiful work again from Ryan Garner. He's non-stop, and he's enjoying this newfound fame in Southampton. He's absolutely taken this with his two young kids now. He's got a family to provide for, and he's, do you know what, Spencer? He's taken this sport seriously.
Absolutely. Did you see that bit of footwork he just done there? Swiveled round, reminding me of myself on a dance floor on a Friday night. What work that was.
I bet that was last night, Spencer, but we won't go there. Jimenez coming back with a couple of left hooks, but Garner just doing more every single minute of the fight so far, with his Southampton shorts, his Southampton boots, and Arthur Southampton here.
Oh, body shots just got in as well there. You heard that thud there, right into the rib cage of Jimenez, who's having a tough night, because Garner just keeps upping it round after round. Where does he find the energy? The engine is incredible.
Can he keep up this pace, this incredible electric start for the whole 12 rounds? Good right hand, just partially blocked by Jimenez, who shakes his head in defiance, but really much less coming from the Spaniard. 10 to go in the fifth. He wails in a couple of hooks, puts the pressure on Garner, but too little, too late. Another one for the champion.
Yeah, brilliant round there again from Ryan Garner. Strongest round so far. Let's get into the corner there of Ryan Garner and see exactly what they're telling him, and they'll be happy.
Don't rush now. Don't rush it. You're brilliant. You're brilliant. Listen to what you're doing. Keep your discipline. Listen to me. Keep your discipline. You're doing nothing wrong. Just keep doing what you're doing. Listen to me. Don't get too greedy. Yeah? Just keep breaking it down slowly. All right? Line up. Yeah. Yes. I want to see good defence as well, though. When you finish your offence, not your start of your defence, you ain't doing nothing. It's when you finish your offence. When you finish attack, you have good defence. You're doing everything right.
Sensible words from a sensible trainer in Wayne Batten, who's just absolutely delivered a fantastic bit of corner work, really, because Ryan Garner is executing the plan brilliantly. It's controlled aggression. It's like, don't get greedy and just watch the defence at times.
Yeah, when you're in this much of a commanding lead, that's the secret, not to get greedy, because Jimenez, you know, he can whack a bit. 6 of his 14 wins have come by KO. He's still very much up for this, but slowly but surely chipping away, slowly stealing the soul of Jimenez here.
Just a momentary respite as the crowd just go quiet, but it's not for long. There's a smile from Jimenez, who just slips in the neutral corner. And here comes Garner again, trying to back Jimenez up in that blue corner. And Jimenez just goading the crowd almost.
Yeah, loving it now. Bit of showboating for Jimenez, trying to get inside the head. They call this mind games. He recognises that it's not going his way at the moment, what Garner's doing in there, and he's playing around.
Beautiful body shot, sunk in with a left hook from Ryan Garner, and his fists are just flying in front of us tonight. The energy, you mentioned it, and the engine under these lights, and it is baking hot.
Yeah, it really is warm in here tonight, as I said. Not an empty seat in this house, but Jimenez again, a little bit of showboating, turning the head, slipping, sliding, but it's Garner again who pins Jimenez on the ropes.
Body shot back from Jimenez, but it's few and far between. The corner have got to be getting his work rate up. Right hand from Garner, here he comes again. It's just a grueling night so far for Salvi Jimenez. Just under pressure every which way he turns.
Yeah, Jimenez just trying to draw Garner in. He's sitting on the ropes and he wants Garner to try and get greedy, sit in the pocket where he can counter-punch. But again, Garner makes him miss wildly as the left hook goes over the top of his head.
45 left in the 6th round, of which Ryan Garner is in control of this fight, defending his WBC international belt and challenging, well, it's a vacant title to become a European champion. And a beautiful shot, a thudding shot that you could hear from ringside.
Yeah, you really could, followed by another left hook, right hand. Jimenez, to his credit, showing a lot of character in there at the moment. He's trying to make a fight of it, but Garner just too good in every department.
Very gutsy from Jimenez, but another left hook slammed into the body of the Spaniard. And it's this work rate, this tempo, this pace over the first half of this European title fight. It's so good from Ryan Garner. Gareth and Duke, we're loving it.
Well, I'd say that my biggest disappointment tonight is you haven't taken me into the Spanish corner to listen to Jesus del Valle and me able to do a simultaneous translation. But let me just say one thing, Duke. This kid Jimenez is very, very tough, and we can't write him off yet, even though he's being dominated by Mr. Garner.
Oh, no, you can't write him off. He's got some really cute moves. He slides and slips and blocks quite a lot of those shots, you know. They look like they're landing, but they're not landing flush. But for Garner's point, he's like a buzzsaw. He hasn't stopped throwing shots. If he shortens his punches on the inside, he'll get a lot more success. A lot of these shots are actually going around the back of Jimenez's head, and they're just glancing shots. If he shortens them up on the inside, you know, little short uppercuts and hooks, and he's going to have a lot more joy. But right now, he's doing everything right.
Well, I just say I agree with you, because I just think Jimenez's counters are dangerous every now and again, and this is a wild and wacky sport, you remember, that can change on a punch. Back to you guys.
It is wild, it is wacky, it is unpredictable, and Salvador Jimenez enters the second half of this fight still fresh, taking up the body shots. As Duke says, some of those landing on gloves, but it's the work rate, the tempo, the non-stop aggression from Ryan Garner. And if he just cultures it a little bit more, I mean, he's dominating so far.
Yeah, he is, and there's great analysis there from Duke McKenzie, who's right in what he says. But Garner just sitting down, trying to load up to the body here, trying to bring the hands down of Jimenez. But Jimenez does do that cute little roll and slips and slides, so the shots do look more dramatic. Mr. McKenzie's caught that one, he's seen it, and he's right.
But I do think some of these body shots have got home. That's low, and there was a low one earlier that Gareth pointed out. But Ryan Garner, at the moment, is dominating. Salvador Jimenez has got to work harder here. He may be dangerous with the counters. He's only got 6 knockouts on his record. He's got it's the European title, and he's challenged it once before. He hasn't done enough, and at the moment, it's Garner's work rate and the body shots that are scoring.
The body shots are the ones, and he just hurt Jimenez to the body again there. I think he senses that he's trying to go through another gear again here, Garner. Is there another gear that he can actually go through? I mean, he's been going right from the opening bell. Jimenez covering up, throws a shot, falls short. Garner to the body again. Great action here in this 8th round.
1 or 2 straying low, but no complaints from the Spaniard or the referee. Back comes Jimenez. Here we come. Can we see the Spanish fists fly? And don't forget, we have more live boxing coming up for you on talkSPORT. March the 15th, we're in Liverpool. That's Nick Paul tremendous figure in our sport. Headlines against TJ Doheny, WBA World Featherweight title. talkSPORT is your home of boxing, radio, YouTube. Everybody's enjoying this, Spencer.
Yes, they are, and I tell you what, Garner's got to be careful he doesn't get too greedy there. What we was talking about earlier, Jimenez just for a wild right hand, a dangerous right hand there. He has to be careful, Garner.
Jimenez looking in his corner, almost talking behind that gum shield. Garner back with a couple. They hit gloves. A closer round.
Yeah, it is a closer round. Finished by a good left hook there from Garner. And Jimenez shown a lot of character so far, hasn't he? And, you know, there's still a lot of hope in there from Jimenez, who really fancies this job still. But Ryan Garner, the Piranha, has been sensational tonight.
Good body shot again. How many more can Jimenez just suck up? He wants to fight on beyond the bell, but he can't. Time is ticking. He keeps looking out at people around ringside.
Mate, he's loving it. He's clowning around. He's a real little showman, this Salvador Jimenez. I like him, actually. I like his style. And sometimes a loss can be the moulding of a fighter. Our own Duke McKenzie, who went over to France many years ago, actually lost for the European title in the guy's backyard. And Duke said that was the fight that made him and moulded him into the freeweight world champion that he become. You get the feeling that Jimenez, even if he loses this one, will grow from this contest, grow from this performance. I like his character.
I like his character, but I will argue with you that he's had an opportunity before for a European title. He didn't win it, and he's not winning this. He's got to go for it, Spencer.
Yeah, to be fair, he hit the post on that first one. A draw that could quite easily have gone his way. And it's a tough night against a brilliant young fighter in Ryan Garner. You're right, you have to seize that opportunity. But Adam, the kid don't mind travelling, and he's dealt with this crowd, this hostile crowd, very well.
Totally agree with you. No lion's den for Salvador Jimenez. He's laughed that away, but he's 29 now, and he's into round 8 of this European title challenge. That's better with the left hook. Can he sustain it? Can he slow Ryan Garner down? Just back him up and just take him out of his rhythm.
Yep, that's exactly what he's got to do, Adam. He landed a good left hook, stuck his tongue out to Garner as well, showing, as I say, good character in there, but he needs to start throwing these rounds back.
Been a pro 5 years, Jimenez, and this the maiden voyage for the Spanish team. Putting up a decent effort, very gutsy, very strong, very stubborn.
Did you hear that left hook land there? I felt the weight of that one. Sitting here at ringside, it slammed into the left side of the body, the rib cage of Jimenez, who took it very well.
But how many have done that? Countless.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped throwing the shot, has he, like I say? Jimenez is one tough hombre, that's for sure.
Team tough. Granite chin so far shown, and a very honed body. Trained hard for this. Salvador Jimenez, Ryan Garner, for once fighting someone smaller than him. He's got a box down, but he's really good with that left hook to the body, which lands again, and that time down the middle, solar plexus area.
I've got to say, that's beautiful work there from Garner, switching those attacks to the body, and they are precision, punch perfect, round the back of the elbows, left hand slams it again, Garner spins Jimenez, pins him on the ropes.
A minute left in the 8th, just listen to the crowd. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's fantastic when you get real fight fans coming in, backing their guy, and maybe the dream is alive. One day, at St Mary's, they may be bottom of the league, but this guy could be top of the pops for them.
Absolutely, you know, you think he can go on to bigger, better things. WBC International, European super featherweight. I nearly said super bantam, my old title, that's where I'm getting wrapped up.
Super bantamweight was a great division when you were fighting. Super featherweight on fire these days, and Ryan Garner looking to make it 17 straight wins, ticking off for Jimenez.
touch of gloves there as they went in, showing a bit of sportsmanship. The pair of them, but Garner finishes the round with that right hand again. Jimenez sits down, slumps down in that red corner.
Let's get to Duke McKenzie. Is Spencer right? The loss that you had in the European world, is that going to help Jimenez? For me, he's got to go for it.
Yeah, listen, Jimenez, he's not winning the fight, obviously. Fights like this often make or break you. He could come again quite easily, but right now it's all about Garner, because the guy's, he hasn't stopped throwing shots to head and the body. He's throwing some beautiful body shots. This either tells you one of two things about Garner. Either he's not as big a puncher as what he looks, or Jimenez's chin is better than what it looks, because he's taking a shipping a lot of punches.
Three-weight world champion, the legendary Duke McKenzie. Ivan Juric, we're just seeing on our monitors, the Southampton manager is here, almost guiding the fans with him. They've all come 30 miles down the road. Ryan Garner hasn't stopped working for them.
No, he's delivering, but Salvador Jimenez is showing great cojones in there, isn't he?
He definitely is. The machismo, the toughness, the steel of the Spaniard, but he's got to get working. He's got to be winning rounds, because Ryan Garner is surely a huge lead here he's building into the 9th round, live on talkSPORT.
Yeah, we're into the last bit of the contest now, going into those penultimate rounds, and Jimenez has got a mountain to climb. It would look like Everest to him right now. He's got to do something, and he's got to do something quick. He's shown character. I like the kid, but he's just not winning the rounds.
He put a lot of effort into those first 2 or 3, Jimenez, and the storm subsided, and Garner has managed to continue with extra fitness. He just doesn't stop. He's a buzzsaw. He probably throws over 100 punches around.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's fan-friendly, he's TV-friendly, radio-friendly, and YouTube-friendly as well.
And he's like you a bit. He reminds me of somebody you want to come and watch and support.
Listen to the crowd, listen to the crowd, look around at the crowd. We can see it here inside the big arena. They are going absolutely bananas. They're all on their feet, they're loving it. Why? Because Ryan Garner is delivering again.
One Ryan Garner bellowing out, body shot from their man, their favourite in the Southampton colours, and the white, red and blue of this Salvador Jimenez from Valladolid in Spain. The 29-year-old looking for his big victory, but being outworked and outclassed by Garner.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now. Garner really has elevated himself to another level. Archie Sharp, who he beat last July, going into that fight as a massive underdog, delivered a vintage performance, and we're getting it again here. Left hook again, slammed in the body.
Francis Warren at the other side of the ring. His dad, Frank, not too well at the moment. We wish him better, and a happy birthday for yesterday. But Frank normally gets things right, and this is the right time to go for a European title for Ryan Garner. And it's a sensible match, and boy, has he shown us how to do it.
Yeah, it absolutely has, and you know the opportunity that's out there right now. And Uncle Frank does deliver these big shows out in Saudi Arabia. Wouldn't you mind seeing him on one of those, Adam? I love this kid.
I think His Excellency Turki El-Sheikh, if he's watching, will absolutely love the firepower of Ryan Garner, the way he wants to win so much. He's a bundle of energy. He's brilliant to watch. Let's get into his corner. It's the blue corner, and it's Wayne Batten speaking.
Lovely, mate.
Switch off. We've got this. Don't switch off, says Wayne Batten. Meanwhile, Spencer Oliver was dancing because the music of the atmosphere. Bring us back here, please.
Absolutely. Carnival atmosphere here tonight for this European super featherweight title, WBC International title on the line as well. Ryan Garner, Salvador Jimenez. What a fight we've got going into the 10th.
9 minutes remaining. The championship rounds. Who wants it more here? Garner must be a mile ahead on the cards. Can Salvador Jimenez muster up something? 6 knockouts. How he needs a 7th or a knockdown or something to go his way.
Absolutely. Listen, I think it's clear to see Ryan Garner has built up a phenomenal lead here, substantial lead, and Jimenez will need to do something now. He's been a lot of showboating, shown a lot of character, but now it's time to deliver. You've got to put your foot on the gas here, son.
Josh Warrington built a big fan base in Leeds, partly based on not only that he's an amiable guy, but that he fights so many minutes at such a pace. And if he can do this, Garner, down on the whole South Coast, I tell you what, we could have some really big nights here.
Yeah, they love these sort of fighters, don't they, down here? Or anyone actually loves these sort of fighters. All action, Ryan Garner, and he's delivered tonight so far, but he has to stay switched on.
Southampton haven't had many great fights and nights over the years, but they've really got Louis Edmonson and Ryan Garner, and Salvador Jimenez tries to come back with a combination. He's not done yet.
No, but beautiful work there again from Garner. Slams in 2 body shots. 1, 2, 3, 4 hooks to the head. Beautiful work.
Well, St Mary's holds 32,000. We know Callum Simpson is going to headline in Barnsley, these outdoor stadiums. Ryan Garner could just muster up a few more, because I tell you what, there are not many streets around him in Southampton that are going to be home tonight.
Oh, absolutely not. They'll all be watching this young man. Could this be the next star of the future coming out of Southampton? Remember the name, Ryan Garner. This kid can fight.
Remember the nickname, the Piranha. How can you forget that? And I tell you what as well, this was meant to be a close fight on paper, and Garner has made a mockery of it.
Yeah, it's so true. I watched Jimenez and thought, you know what, this is a tough fight. Probably 48-52 in favour of Garner, but that's how close I had it. But Garner's delivered tonight. He's made this quite easy.
Yeah, the big wins over domestic rivals. Liam Dillon, who was in action earlier and got a victory on the card, and Archie Sharp, who's ringside. But this, for the European title, is another level, and it's exactly the right stepping stone towards the world title fights, the world champions that Gareth was mentioning earlier.
Yep, you need dance partners, don't you? You need big dance partners to get, you know, big money in this game. And Ryan Garner, he's got those big dance partners. There's great fighters out there on the world stage.
So as this round ends, the 10th, and it's been really a Ryan Garner showcase tonight. I want to go back to Gareth and to Duke, because Gareth mentioned those world champions. Maybe Ryan Garner is elevating himself up to that level now, Gareth.
Well, he's making a massive effort, isn't he, to try and stop Jimenez right now. I mean, is he a match for the likes of Lamont Roach, Oshaki Foster or Emmanuel Navarrete? Look, I'm not sure he is, but he's certainly advancing his credentials. I just wondered during that round where Jimenez was given a break by the referee for the low blow, whether he actually took a point away. It wasn't actually very clear whether the referee was indicating a point.
It did look that way. It did look like a low blow, and he did stop the action for a minute. However, that doesn't detract from the fact that Garner's a mile ahead, and he's not even blowing heavy, and we're going into the 11th round. He's not tired at all. He's trained his backside off for this one, and he's such a fit kid.
You've just questioned his power at elite level, though, haven't you?
But his power at elite level for the work rate that he throws is not where it should be. Let's put it like that.
Last couple of rounds, guys, championship rounds, it's back to you.
Final of 6 minutes. Thank you, Gareth Duke. You're absolutely right. The fitness, and he's going at it right at the beginning of the 11th. Ryan Garner, lovely jab. Jimenez surely has to go for broke, otherwise his European title dream is over. But I tell you what, these body shots, again from Ryan Garner there, he just hasn't taken a breather at all.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Jimenez showing great durability, resilience in there, if you like, for Ryan Garner, who's been working very, very hard. Duke made a good point there. I think that Garner could sit down a little more on some of those shots, but he goes for volume, doesn't he? He goes for quantity over quality sometimes.
Uppercut from Jimenez, who's still trying in there. There's a ton of press photographers and cameras at ringside. He's becoming a little star here, Ryan Garner, as he flips in a left hook and tries again just to overwhelm Jimenez. Lovely right hand, and this is great again from Garner. Back from Jimenez with a left hook. He's starting to chuck leather here, and he needs to.
Yeah, Jimenez got into a little bit of a shell now, and Ryan Garner just keeps going. Volume, 1, 2, uppercut, right hand. Great work again.
Good point by Duke about the power, but that's for another day. This is about a European title that he's absolutely dominating. He looks like he belongs at this class 100%. And Salvador Jimenez, remember, undefeated as he ships a load more. Then gets it right out of his own hip and says, come on, let's have it, Garner.
I tell you what, they're both showing great resilience in here now, because it's becoming tough as we approach the 1 minute mark of this 11th round. It's been tough, it's been grueling, and both guys, amazingly, still look quite fresh.
It's a late show here on talkSPORT and deep into the 11th round, but don't go anywhere, because Jimenez has surely got to go for a knockout in the last 3.5 minutes or so. Jimenez tries to come forward, but again, Garner just depositing body shots, and then to the head. He's switching it up, his speed, his accuracy now, and I tell you what, I just cannot believe the work rate.
Oh, Adam, I'm starting to feel them body shots myself now. My ribs are starting to feel sore now. He's slamming those in, left hooks, round the back of the elbow, crunching against the rib cage of Jimenez, who somehow is finding the resilience to stay there and trade back.
Big left hook from Ryan Garner. I'd love to know the statistics of how many Garner has thrown tonight. Okay, he hasn't landed every time, but those arms have not stopped working from start to the end of the 11th, and he's got one to go.
Yeah, brilliant little contest this. The penultimate round was a good one.
Let's get into the blue corner of Ryan Garner, who's in a commanding lead.
All right? Yeah. Right.
That's right, baby.
Don't give him nothing, right? You listen to me.
Nothing.
He's going to come out. He's going to go for broke now, right?
I'm strong enough.
Right, but listen to me. Use your legs a little bit. Good legs, keep busy, keep your shape. Everything we worked on in the gym, yeah? Yeah. All right? You listening? Right?
European champion.
Ryan, don't give him nothing. Right?
Nothing at all.
Don't get... It's my life, I'm not. Don't get greedy. Don't get caught with nothing silly. This is our time.
You've done it.
All right?
No sense.
Listen, just fake it.
Advice from Wayne Patton, don't get greedy. Just after Ryan gave Frank Hopkins, the great old customer, a kiss on the lips. You just can't believe what you see in this sport. He's got to focus. Jimenez is going to go for it. Wow, what a performance so far from Ryan Garner. 3 to go.
Here we go, round 12. Jab comes out, and Jimenez loses his mouthpiece.
What a bit of drama, beginning of the 12th round. Jimenez back to his corner. And look at the fans around us on their feet. Spencer, I tell you what, this is radio, but I hope we've painted the picture of what a cauldron this night has been for Ryan Garner in Southampton.
Absolutely, just listen to the crowd here, getting behind their man. They've appreciated those first 11 rounds. What are we going to get here in round 12?
He's dancing on his feet. He's keeping it safe and secure here, Garner. Jimenez tries to get the hooks going, but he just can't quite get the range. There's been pockets of Jimenez work and very, very great resistance from the Spaniard. But a lovely right hand to the head and a again trying to overwhelm Jimenez. Garner dancing around the ring and dancing to victory.
Oh, beautiful 1-2 uppercut, straight right hand there. Jimenez has to eat them all. The Piranha Garner throwing the shots. Jimenez can do nothing but soak them up.
But you don't want to be found in a school of piranhas, do you? Because you know what's going to happen. And you don't want to be eaten up by this guy. He's like Pac-Man, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not pretty, is it? And it's not been pretty for Jimenez. It's been a tough night for Jimenez. But what a fight, what a character he showed. Still stalking forward, still trying to salvage something out of this contest. But Ryan Garner again dominant in this 12th round.
Courage and bravery on his first trip abroad, Salvador Jimenez, and he deserves huge respect for that. But he's got 1 minute and 30 to knock out Ryan Garner, or he's going back to Spain empty-handed.
Yep, he needs something big now, doesn't he? But there's a weary look there as he lets the right hand go. Garner goes underneath the left hook. A slow and ponderous look, a tired look now around Jimenez. Has he blown a gasket?
Finally a tired look. I'm not surprised after these 12 rounds as Garner has a 1-2. And that gets through the middle. Combination to Ryan Garner. This late on in the fight, just as he started in round 1. I tell you what, I think this has been an absolutely fabulous performance from Ryan Garner.
Yeah, beautiful performance for anyone that thought that Archer shot may have had an off night, may have underperformed against Garner. Maybe Garner never got the credit he deserves. Well, look at this tonight. He deserves credit. He's going to become the European super bantamweight champion with just 30 seconds left of this contest.
You and the European super bantamweight champion. He's up a couple of weights. He's going to take the super featherweight title and follow you as a European champion, because these body shots have won in this contest. He has been relentless. He has been absolutely all over Salvador Jimenez. 10 to go. Jimenez has run out of time. It's all right, Garner. He finishes. He punches the air. The bell's going to go any second. It's delight. It's success. It's jubilation for Southampton. And the place has gone crackers.
Yeah, listen to this. They appreciate a good fight down here in Bournemouth, and the Southampton fans have turned out in their legions, and they do not go away disappointed. What a performance there from Ryan Garner. WBC International, vacant European super featherweight titles on the line, and Adam, I think he's just moments away from being crowned the new European champ.
Hats off to Jimenez for the stubborn resistance and the gallant effort. But Ryan Garner's performance, Gareth and Duke, from start to finish, he would not be denied tonight.
Well, gents, back here in the studio, Duke and I have got it a landslide, one-sided victory for Ryan Garner, but you've got to take your hats off. They call it orgullo in Spain, pride of this man Jimenez, who made it a competitive bout because of his toughness, Duke. But landslide victory for Garner.
You know, let's get it right. Jimenez could have folded anywhere after the halfway mark. He was taking that many shots, and you know, for Garner's part, he never stopped throwing shots from start to finish. That kid's engine is unbelievable. He must have trained his backside off to get himself in such tremendous shape for this one. You know, congratulations to the new champion.
Adam Spence, the conditioning though of the Spaniard, the toughness, gave us a very entertaining fair tonight.
Absolutely, Jimenez played his part. He just wasn't good enough. He was outworked and outclassed by Ryan Garner, who will be announced now as the new European super featherweight champion. Every judge will surely have it wide. It's a wonderful night for Garner and Southampton, and there'll be some party going home to his home city. Bournemouth will erupt with the Saints song as Thomas Treiber reads the verdict out right here and right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all three judges, Daniel Vandeville, Bella Florian, and Giovanni Poggi, are in agreement. They all score it the same, 120 to 108 all. In favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now both WBC International and EBU European super featherweight champion, Ryan the Piranha Garner.
Well, not difficult to predict the 120, 108 times 3 there. We saw it that way, as the boys did there at the Bic in Bournemouth. Great victory. The Saints came marching in tonight for Ryan Garcia. Duke, pleased for him?
Oh, over the moon. Like I say, you know, that guy's engine's phenomenal. He never stopped throwing punches. And the last 2 rounds were more dominant than the first 2 rounds, because he was making Jimenez miss and making him pay. And Jimenez had run out of ideas after about 7 rounds and didn't really know which way to turn. But anything he did try to do to Garner just nullified him, took away the jab, backed him up, hit him, hurt him. Head and body shots were beautiful tonight. Like I say, it just needs a little bit more power on his overall game, and then you're looking at a potential world-class fighter.
Absolutely. Well, our cohorts are at the Bic trying to get Ryan Garner, not Ryan Garcia. He wasn't there tonight. Ryan Garner, who's just celebrating in the ring right now. As I say, our cohorts will try and get him after the break, and we will discuss with the boys in Bournemouth. Why am I talking about Birmingham? The Ben Eubank fallout from the 2 press conferences this week. You're listening to Fight Night Live, or even watching it here on talkSPORT. Well, Ryan Garner's just won the vacant super-featherweight title against Spaniard Jimenez, a shutout 120-108 victory on all three judges' cards. We're very pleased with him, aren't we, tonight, Duke McKenzie? We're pleased with our commentary team as well, Adam Smith and Spencer Oliver, who lit up the BIC themselves, didn't they?
A very experienced team, and they've done a great job. But you know what? It was a magnificent performance by Garner tonight. Never put a foot wrong. Took the ball by the horns from the first round to the last round. Work rate, like I said, was phenomenal. No criticisms whatsoever. You know, the fact that he's not a massive puncher is not a criticism. It just means he can add to his game. Balance was good. Timing was good. Work rate was phenomenal. Looks like he takes a good shot.
Let's try and get him before the show ends in about 15 minutes' time. I know Spencer is doing his best to get into that ring right now and get into the face of Ryan Garner. Let's talk now about, well, while we wait for Ryan, about the Conor Benn and Chris Eubank press conferences plural this week, from Eggate rather, to the diabolical numbers demanded, as Chris Eubank said he asked of Turki Al Sheikh, the Saudi Arabian minister who's put up the money for this, a first Ring magazine event. Let me get your take on Eggate first of all in Manchester, and then Chris Eubank's dominance of Eddie Hearn in that second press conference at Spurs on Thursday.
Well, first of all, let's talk about Eggate, as you like to call it. I thought it was a stroke of genius, personally. I don't see there's any harm in it. You know, this is the entertainment business that we live in now, and if you're not going to be entertaining, you're not going to put bums on seats, and Eubank is the master at it. So the fact that he did what he did, I mean, I think he walked into the actual venue flipping an egg, you know, so he didn't try to hide it.
He said he had 9 eggs in his pockets.
Well, you know what, it wouldn't surprise me, but like I say, I don't see there's any harm in it. It didn't bring the sport into disrepute in any way. This is the show business world that we live in. There's the fight game and then there's the fight business. And from a business perspective, that's probably just sold another 1 million tickets worldwide to people to watch this fight because they're going to watch it.
So you're saying this is exactly what was needed?
Exactly what was needed. There'll be more. There'll probably be more 1 or 2 dramas along the way. You know, the fight's still quite a way off yet. There're going to be more press conferences. They've got to do the tour of the city yet, you know, and
we need Chris Eubank Senior involved as well, don't we? Well, he's the missing part in the jigsaw at the moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, right or wrong, father and son, we can't really get into that, and it's nobody's business but their own, I don't feel.
There was a moment, if I can bring Adam in, who's ringside still. Adam, there was a moment at that press conference, you were there on Thursday at Spurs, when Conor Benn kind of rose up when Chris Eubank said to Nigel Benn, if you put your hand on me, I'm forgiving you for the Tuesday grab. If you do it again, you won't get your hand back. And you could see the bloodline interest in that moment, couldn't you?
It was genius, Gareth, from Chris Eubank Jr., who I think won both press conferences. Obviously the egg went viral, premeditated, and got the job done, made the big fight even bigger. But yeah, he was fantastic on Thursday at Spurs, the way he talked over Eddie, the way he brought the £50,000 in that he was going to give the fighters that didn't fight when they were meant to box a couple of years ago. That was another dig at Eddie. And then he riled Conor because he knew that would happen, because any attack on his dad, Conor will take that personally. So yeah, so he won it. He got Conor emotional, he got Eddie emotional, and it was job done. Now, Tony Sims has got a massive job to keep Conor Benn on track so that he executes his game plan properly on April the 26th and doesn't just rush in there and try and smash Eubank to pieces, because that could backfire on him like it did his dad against Michael Watson.
Yeah, well, let's just chat about the actual fight, gents. Obviously, Who's Fooling Who was the first fight in 1990. That brutal 9-round war won by Chris Eubank by stoppage. Duke, I know Adam and I have spoken about this off air, but not necessarily on air at the moment, that Chris Eubank is the much bigger man. He ought to go into it as the favourite, yet there's something in the air about Conor Benn. How do you see it?
Well, you know, first and foremost, he hasn't boxed at middleweight for quite a number of years. I think he's going to struggle like crazy to make that weight, you know, the 160-pound mark. He's going to struggle like crazy, which plays into the hands of Conor Benn, because Benn's moving up 2 weight divisions. Now, the fact that these 2 guys aren't even probably the best in the country at their respective weights, but what they are is boys, two of the most popular men in the whole wide world at their respective weights. This fight is going to go global, and you're going to have so many people watching it for the pure fact that their fathers were who they were. Now, their fathers were, I'm not saying they're not, they were obviously real fighters, and these two boys are real fighters, but they're never going to be a match on their dads. Let's get that right. However, the intrigue that surrounds this fight, I've got young kids in my gym that are going to be tuning into this
Three
fight.
generations are going to watch it, aren't they? That's what's great.
To me, they're so excited about it.
Adam, the rehydration clause, one of the things that I failed to ask Eggy Hearn on Thursday at the press conference was... I know, I'm calling him Eggy from now on, Adam. I saw you laughing. When is that 170 rehydration clause? Is it in the morning on Saturday, or is it in the evening on the Saturday? I think we all need to know that, don't we?
I thought it was the morning, but I don't know, so we need to find that out. They've been quite coy about it all, haven't they? I think Duke makes a really good point that Chris has got to come down in weight, and that Conor naturally is coming up, and he's got bigger as well in the last 2 or 3 years. He walks around a middleweight now probably, but so he won't have to grind down. That makes it interesting, but Chris is physically much bigger than him when you look at them together. And of course he's fought at the higher class, you know, sharing a ring with George Groves, Billy Joe Saunders. But yeah, the weight's gonna be fascinating. And I agree with you as well. I think there's something in the air about Conor, Ben. I just worry that he eats, sleeps and breathes Chris Eubank Jr. and then he just goes to his head a bit too much.
No, there's that phrase, he's definitely living in Conor's head rent-free, Duke.
You know what, listen, another thing that's going to hurt Conor, Ben, is the fact that he hasn't boxed for 2 years.
I'll hold it there for a second, Duke. Spencer Oliver, I hear, is now with Ryan Garner. Let's go over to him.
Yeah, how are we, guys? I am with the new European super featherweight champion, Ryan. How does that feel?
Ryan, not Wayne. Yeah, listen, it feels amazing, mate. This is what dreams are made of. Headlining my own shows, close to home. Literally 1,600 tickets, all of Southampton behind me. Look, I had the Southampton manager here, Southampton legends, JP, all of the city of Southampton. Look, I was seeing videos all day. Everyone travelling down with Southampton, everyone on the drink, you know what I mean? Everyone having a good time. And that's what it's all about, mate. Doing my city proud, doing my 2 girls at home. Can't wait to see them tomorrow. My missus proud, my whole family proud. Listen, I'm the happiest man alive now.
Well, listen, what a whirlwind 12 months you've actually had. You know, that win over Archie Sharp, where you went in there really as the underdog there and you won, overwhelmed him with the, you know, the output of punches that you got, and you've done the same here with Salvador Jimenez as well. You put in a top-class performance. It's an attractive weight, this.
Yeah, listen, it's my engine, mate. As you see, that was my first ever 12 rounds. I've never sparred it, I've never fought it, but never done 10 rounds. And look, see that last round, I still had the venom in my punches. There's more, that's it, my first 12 round, there's more to come. I'm only going to get better. The more I'm in the gym, the more I'm staying busy, the more I'm fighting.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's some big fights out there for you. Kakachi, he's going in with Lee Wood. There's a lot of big British names, and the world scene looks good as well. Where would you like to go?
Mate, who knows, obviously. I want to be at St Mary's, but if that will happen next, who knows? Could be on a 5v5, me versus Bruce Bellotti, you know what I mean, in Saudi. Frank Warren versus, that's British, European and Commonwealth. Who knows, mate? Who knows?
You know what? We talked about that on the broadcast, actually. We talked about Saudi Arabia and how that, you know, Turki Al-Sheikh would love your style. You're sort of like that. It's very crowd-friendly, TV-friendly. Is that somewhere you'd like to visit?
Listen, great minds think alike. We both said the same thing. One of them Saudi shows, 5v5, British, Commonwealth, European. Listen, I don't call people out. I respect Bruce Bellotti a lot. I'm not a call-out fighter. But listen, like I said, I want to provide for my family. They're the big fights that I need to provide for my family. So I've got to go in the deep end, do you know what I mean?
Listen, that's 17-0 now, 8 of those by KO. The apprenticeship is very much done now. You're into that world class, that world scene. How long? What's the roadmap for you? How long would you like to stay at this level before stepping up onto that world title level?
Listen, like I said, it's my first ever 12-rounder, so it's still early days. I don't want to rush things. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm still only 27. There's people, all the world champions, they're all in their 30s, man. I'm 27 years old. Still got loads of time to progress and get better. So listen, I take it as it comes. I've got a good team of Frank Warren, Wayne Batten, Frank Robbins. A good team behind me. They'll plan my future, so I stick with them.
Great stuff.
The Southampton fans travelled here to Bournemouth, and it's been a fantastic performance for you. You deserve tonight, mate. It's brilliant that you've done that European title. Back to you guys in the studio.
Great stuff, Spence, for getting Ryan Garner there, not Wayne Garner, of course. Congratulations to him. Duke, just to finish off tonight, the Ring Magazine pound-for-pound top 10 list, I'm going to read it. Alexander Usyk, Noya Nui, Terence Crawford at 3, Dimitri Bivol 4, Artur Beterbiev 5, Jesse Bam Rodriguez at 6, Canelo Alvarez at 7, Gervonta Davis 8. He, of course, fights Lamont Roach in Brooklyn in a couple of hours. 9, Junto Nakatani, and 10, Devin Haney. Anything you massively disagree with there? Anyone missing?
Yeah, Gervonta Davis should be number 1 in my eyes.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's a good call. He's the only one not in the milieu of the Saudi Arabians at the moment. I'm sure he will be at some point. Heavyweight divisional rankings. And I'm a part of these rankings, so full disclosure. Alexander Usyk 1, Tyson Fury 2, Daniel Dubois 3, you're shaking your head already, Joseph Parker, Usyk is the champion, 1, Fury 2, Daniel Dubois 3, Joseph Parker 4, Ajit Kabayel 5, Anthony Joshua 6, Gilles Zhang, Martin Bakoli, Philip Hergovich, Fabio Wardley, Efe Ajagba. I reckon that's 11 there, but do you agree or disagree, especially with those top 5 after last weekend?
Dubois should be number 2, undoubtedly, in my book.
Is Fury active for you at the moment?
No, he's not active. He's announced his retirement.
So it's Usyk 1 and Dubois 2?
Dubois 2, no doubt. And
Parker 3?
Parker 3 and Fabio Wardley should easily be 5 in my eyes.
Kabayel 4?
Kabayel 4.
Brilliant victory over Gilles Zhang.
Listen, he's a good fighter, Kabayel. Goes up and down, works the body well, works the head well. He's good, and yet to get that real big test for the World Championship. But that's on its way. What's happening now in world boxing in heavyweight division is phenomenal for the sport.
I spoke to Frank Warren this week. It looks like we may get Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois. We've got a couple of minutes left. This June, potentially at a big stadium.
It's the one.
It's a big fight.
It's the one.
Joseph Parker's hovering there for me as well to fight the winner.
Yeah, listen, Parker deserves to fight the winner, but obviously he should have had the Dubois fight. Didn't happen for whatever the reason. Dubois was ill. Now he's back in the game. But Dubois and Usyk has to be the number 1 heavyweight title fight in the world.
It sells Wembley Stadium out, doesn't it?
It sells any stadium, Gareth. Any stadium. Put it on anywhere, any place, any time.
Come on, head on the block. You've had loads of chocolate tonight, so I know you're flying.
I'm buzzing.
You are always buzzing. You had 4 bars of chocolate, mate, tonight.
I've just finished the Galaxy.
You had a Mars bar earlier. You had a bag of Maltesers, a Snickers. I mean, it's like a sweet shop around here. It's unbelievable. Just tell me, head on the block now. Does Dubois do it second time against Usyk? He gets outboxed, yeah?
He gets outboxed again.
Does he get stopped?
Quite potentially, sure. Nobody's beaten Alexander Usyk. I don't want to make it sound too cliche, but for me, where heavyweight boxing is concerned, he's head and shoulders. He's Premier League and everybody else's first division. As much as I like Dubois, and Dubois is improving all the time, still not got what it takes in my eyes to beat Usyk.
And finally,
beats everyone else, though.
Yeah, he does. In fact, I agree.
Beats
him and
else.
Parker is a great fight. So is Ajit Kabayel against Dubois, in my view. But we shall see, and I'm sure we will see all those fights. In the final minute we've got tonight, the final 50 seconds, just a comment from you. Boxing's stacked up till September with Canelo against Terence Crawford in Las Vegas. What do you make, very quickly, that we're going to have this event in Times Square in New York?
Oh, mate.
Free to air, obviously, because it's going to be out there right in the centre of the city. Ryan Garcia, Rolando Romero, main event. Devin Haney, Jose Carlos Ramirez, co-main event. And Tio Lopez against Arnold Barboza. Come on.
If talkSPORT don't send me, then I'm going to pay my own money and probably go and watch it myself. It's not just boxing, it's an event.
Should we book the flights tonight?
Where else are you going to get that calibre of fighter on one bill? And they're coming fast and thick and fast.
It's unbelievable. Duke, thank you so much tonight. Thank you, Spencer Oliver and Adam Smith at the BIC Centre in Bournemouth. You've been listening to Fight Night Live on talkSPORT. We will see you again very soon.